So you never wanted a regular type life?
The fuck is that? Barbecues and ball games?
Yeah.
This regular type life, like your life?
My life? No, my life. No, my life's a disaster zone.
Are you crazy? Is that your problem?
Well, I ain't like that no more, man. I ain't no crazy killing fool.
And Baron, have we defeated evil? As it seems we have.
Good and evil. Well, there is one without the other.
Don't get too cocky, my boy, no matter how good you are. Don't ever let them see you coming. That's the gap, my friend. You gotta keep yourself small, innocuous. Be the little guy. You know, the nerd, the leper, shit-kicking servant. Look at me. Underestimated from day one. I'm the hand of Mona Lisa's skirt. I'm a surprise, Kevin. They don't see me coming.
All right. All right, here we go. All right, welcome back, whoever. It's been a few weeks. I think 3 weeks, right? I'm starting a little bit early just because I can. It's like, fuck it. This way, I can kind of get all the updates and shit out of the way with the campaign. And I don't know, Wookiee's hanging out, but it looks like he's muted and camera's off. So when I see him, I'll bring him in. Speak to the devil. There he is, waiting. All right. All right, dude. What do we got?
Go.
Boom! Just in time. Gotcha. What's up, man?
Okay.
Good? Cool?
Yeah. Glad to be back.
Yeah. It's good to see you. I love a t-shirt.
Ah, thank you.
Let's see. Wookiee. What is this? What does it say? Wookiee cookies or something?
Wookiee monster.
Oh, dude, that's what. Did you have that made for like custom?
No, this I got this. I think my wife bought this for me online about 6 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
But the funny thing is, the Wookiee monster actually was a character from the very first Star Wars parody movie called Hardware Wars.
I remember that. I've seen it.
Wookiee, he was a Wookiee monster named Chewchilla.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, man, that's cool. Good. You should wear that like every time you stream. All right. So yeah, we got let's see.
I'm eating, by the way.
That's fine, dude. You can eat, drink, smoke, do whatever. Yeah, he loves the t-shirt. Yeah, he's a Star Wars fan too.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured there wouldn't be too many people here early. Eek will be joining us, but usually probably about 10 minutes. He usually can't make it until before 9. It's usually 9 o'clock. So
okay.
He'll be on in a few. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over some basic stuff before we get into whatever. So the the intervention Indiegogo campaign ends like I think tomorrow night or whatever.
Okay.
Sometimes 24 hours, which is cool because I can finally end that to wrap. And it's actually the 1 year mark. I started the campaign last June 1st of last year.
Cool.
And it's ending June 1st of this year, which was longer than I should have got. I should have pulled it after about 8 or 9 months, but I didn't. And so now it's being pulled. Yeah, that's cool. And so what the plan is so once the campaign's closed, then I can look over all the inside info, all the data,
right?
Who backed it, the names, the addresses, how many books they backed. Because I know there's some people like got multiple books. You know what I mean? There may be.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Well, you're one of them, right? 30 something backers, but that doesn't mean 30 something books. It means it could be 40, 50, you know what I mean? So I got to figure all this out. And then what I'm working on is I called a last chance campaign on FundMyComic end of July. It's basically a second chance campaign, but I just called it a last chance campaign because all it kind of is an extension of this. It's like I'm jumping to FundMyComic. So the leftover books, because when you order books to print, it's a set number. It's either 100 or 200 or 500. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever number we're getting, subtract what intervention backers have. Let's just say the number's 50. Let's say 50 books, and I have 50 books left over. So there's leftover 50 books I'm going to try to get rid of on the FundMyComic Last Chance campaign, right? However, there will be a couple extra perks. And I don't know, obviously, I don't expect anyone who backed the first one to back the second. That would be kind of pointless. This is for hopefully a handful of new backers. And this show I'm going to be on the Friday nights. I'm going to be on their show July 31st. And that's thanks to Vulcan. Vulcan set this up. And
Cool.
The guy whose show it is, his name is, his alias is Mad Ruth, but his real name is Craig, and I think Craig White. And he, he's really cool. I've known him since 4 years, since he got into comic skate, and I was floating around there. And we never, he's never been on my show. I was never on his, none of that stuff, but we're always cool. It's just one of those things. And so Vulcan, I guess, talked to him, and so he immediately was like, "Bam, dude, come on my show." So worked out it. So I'm going to be on his show July 31st. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch the FundMyComic Last Chance campaign like right before it, like a couple days before it or a week before it.
Okay, cool.
So that when I'm on his show, I have something to promote instead of, oh, I got nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because usually that's the whole fucking point of a show is you come on to promote something. You know what I mean? So that's kind of one of the main reasons why I'm doing the FundMyComic campaign, this Last Chance campaign. But also it's because we're working on that alternate, that variant cover, which I did a while ago, which we didn't get to. Here, let me show. Which we didn't get to this one in the Indiegogo campaign. But this is finished. It's just not printed on a cover of a book yet.
Nice ass, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. That took a lot of time. A lot of careful curves on that.
Yes.
And the hips, the fucking hips and that.
Yep.
Women's bodies are a bitch because the slightest variation, it just fucks them all up. It's amazing. If this ass was a little too out or a little too in, it would just fuck it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't look good.
It's really a bitch, strong women. So this is the cover I'm working on getting for the Last Chance campaign. So basically it would be this is the variant cover. You can have the original cover or the variant cover. And the second thing I'm working on, which I don't have an image of, is a metal trading card. I have an actual sample here. There's a guy named Ben. I forget his last Ben something. Ben something. Ben is in the indie comic scene, and he kind of caters to the comic skate side of things. But he does whatever. But anyways, this guy in his garage makes metal trading cards, right? And I was kind of familiar with the metal trading cards. I assumed they were made of aluminum. And when I looked into it, the majority of the trading cards are aluminum because it's cheaper. Blah, blah, blah. He uses steel, like whatever fucking gauge steel. And this is a sample card that he gave me.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Whoops. Hold on. Whoops. Backwards. So he has, I don't know if you can see it, but it says like the Between Demons and Angels and the Mistress on there. And then that's the drawing I gave him, right? Mm-hmm. And this is steel, man. So it's lifetime, awesome. Right? Mm-hmm. And he's affordable as shit. I mean, dude, he gave me this. He gave me like 3 steel cards for free as samples. He's like, here, this is what I can do. And I was like, holy shit, dude. So I have a design on a quick pencil sketch of the design I want to do for the intervention. And it's kind of a cool design. And I want to see if Ben can do that as a metal trading card, because that will be like the one and only stretch goal for the Last Chance campaign on FundMyComic. And it's going to be super low because I want people to get the damn card. You know what I mean? Like the funding goal for the FundMyComic campaign is probably gonna be like literally like $100, maybe $200 if I'm feeling daring. So hopefully I'll hit that goal soon. And then once I hit that goal, it unlocks the steel trading card. So all the new backers get a fucking steel trading card. so that's the incentive I'm going to try to do. Speak of the devil, there's the man. Start early. Yes, sir. I start early. Why? Because I can. Freedom is an awesome thing. I said, fuck it. Why not? I'm going to start early. Yeah. So I was talking about you, Vulcan. Yeah, Vulcan's the one that set up the interview, which is cool. Because
Nice.
I don't do shows, man. Indie comics community isn't. I'm not one of their favorites if they even know about me. And so, literally, I've been on one show, and that was Flip City Magazine's show. Actually, I was on it twice because I love that. Dude, I love their show. They're so fucking good. Kitty is her alias, but her real name is Christy, and we've kind of become friends. And so I've been on her show twice, and that is it. I don't do shows. And so for me, it's kind of a big deal to go on a show because I don't fucking ask anyone to come on, and they sure as fuck don't ask me to come on. So again, props to Vulcan for setting that up.
You've been on my old show for a few times.
I apologize, my dumbass, right here in front of me. How many times was I on your fucking show? A lot.
I don't know, quite a bit.
Dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's like I haven't been on it in a while.
Even the K-pop one, you suffered through that.
K-pop.
Piece of
That
shit
was funny.
show.
At least Abby, at least everyone else backed me up because I was like, sitting there thinking, going, am I the only one who's like, what the fuck are we talking about? And then when I said it, then Abby's like, yeah. I'm like, thank God, because I'm like, is it just me? Is this what we're supposed to be hip to? K-pop?
That was the one time I actually relied on.
That was funny.
Consensus from AI, and I'm like,
and what really cracks me up.
Shit.
Put the icing on the cake. I remember because you told us, because I said, what the fuck did you ask AI? And you're like, well, AI told me the number one thing to talk about is AI. I'm like, well, gee, that would suck. Gee, that would suck to talk about. Are you shitting me? We could talk about 3 fucking hours. We could talk about AI. I ranted and raved about AI on my show. And you're like, yeah, I didn't do the AI. I skipped to the second one, which was K-pop. I'm like, Jesus, Ricky. Man, is there on the live stream topics? Because, man, you picked the wrong one. But that was funny. Hey, it's memorable. We're still laughing about it. So that was actually kind of cool thing you did that. That's what memories were made.
That was funny, man.
That was
look on your face was like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Because I literally had only heard of it. I didn't even know what it was. I'm like, I've heard of K-pop stands, and I think there's some sort of groupie fan base, but I don't know what. I didn't even know what K-pop was. I had to look it up, and it's Korean pop.
Yeah,
like
Korean pop,
dancing shit.
And it's like, so fucking transformed.
Why would I know anything about this? I know it's huge.
It transforms like every fucking week. Dude.
I know it's huge, but it's one,
nuts.
It's Korean. I don't keep up with Korea. 2, it's this young pop shit, which to me is equivalent to like what would that be equivalent to today? Like, in the 80s and 90s, they'd be equivalent to like Britney Spears and shit. Now I don't fucking know. But
all the boy bands.
Oh, hey, if you want to come up, here is he? He joined us. This is Tashi. Tashi, if you want to come on, man. Hey, Vulcan, no rush, but because Vulcan's really good at this shit. I gotta catch up. God damn it. Hang on, Wookie. I gotta catch up on the chat.
No problem, man.
Sorry, it's been a while. You have it. Okay, yeah, no. Like I said, Vulcan, Craig and I have been followers for each other for like 4 years. I've just never really talked to him. He's, like I said, we've never really talked, but we've always been cool with each other. He's one of the few indie comics guys who's cool to me, and I'm cool to him. Flip City was cool. That's Tashi. Vulcan, when you get a chance, can you post the link of the show so Tashi can click it and come on here? And you don't have to talk. If you want to come on. But I didn't. I almost forgot to send out the fucking links. I'm like, Jesus, I got to get people on the show because I was starting early. So Vulcan, when you get a chance, post the link to the show so Tashi can click it and come on if he wants to come on. If not, it's cool, man. You can hang and chat. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's all about freedom. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, take your time, man. Tashi, like I said, I started early. Technically, I started about now. But I started a few minutes early, so it's cool. Take your time. We'll be talking for at least an hour. You know, this fucking show, oh, we're going to make an hour. And then like 3 fucking hours later, we're still going. So anyways, what we're talking about, Wookie, your show. So I was on your show a bunch of times. It's funny. But your show wasn't really an indie comic show. It was more like this.
We talked about pop culture and other news,
politics, and all sorts. And that's kind of where this is. I know I kind of try to keep it in the paranormal range, and it always veers. I have to fucking rope it back. But your show was more that way. It was more of a normal live stream show talking about the latest events. You know what I mean? So I kind of forget. When I talk about shows, I usually talk about the indie comics. They're like, oh, tonight we have a guest, and here's his book, and blah, 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 blah. It gets them, it promotes them. It gets them promotion and promoting and more backers. And I'm like, I don't do that. You know what I mean? But Christy's channel and Craig's channel, the Friday nights, are those kind of shows. So anyways, Second Chance campaign, variant cover, steel trading card. It's only going to go about a month or two. I'm doing this shit quick. It's going to be from like July 25th to either September 25th or like maybe October 15th. But it's going to be, and there's Rex. Cool. It's going to be a quick one because I don't want to fuck around with this. So the book will be finished, printed, and delivered then after that campaign, which means you guys got to wait a couple more months than I had planned. I thought originally you'd get the books like this summer, like July, August. It's probably going to be fucking September, October. But I'm sure you'll live because it's only 2 months. And the other thing, if you were happy with what you got 2 months ago with volume 2, this is going to be equal or better than that. So it'll be worth the wait. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you get the book, you get 2 trading cards, stickers are printed. I check it out. Stickers are printed. See?
Stickers.
Stickers and the print, the red. I call it the red poster. It's that black and red one with the fucking grave sheet. So you'll get all this stuff plus the book and then anything else you ordered. So it'll be worth it.
I backed your campaign twice.
Yeah,
the first time I think it was just the intervention book,
the basic.
And the basic, and then the second one was
like everything
intervention book and the other 2 books.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got the volume 2.
Yeah, I did.
And it's going to be a while for volume 1, but that's what it's like. They'll come like one at a time. I said, you know what?
Volume 2 is really cool, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And if anyone asks, spread the fucking word because no one talks about it. But what we got here? Okay, let me get Econ here. Oh, he's blinking in and out. He must be having internet issues. There's a surprise. What's the StreamYard's link? The
link.
I don't know, man. Do I do this? Wookie, do I do this? I don't post links. How do I do this? Do I click a link? Oh, sure. Meantime, let's hang on. You chew and I'll Chewy chews.
On your
Chewy can chew, and I'll get I'll get the
on your side from your point of view, what you're looking at on the screen there with
so I just like highlight the
so down below.
Oh,
there should be a place to share.
Oh yeah, that's why I do it.
Share link.
Just click that and copy and paste it into the chat.
You could do that. I mean, yeah, if you, and then when you're,
I'll try
that, or you can send it. You can link that. You can click that, share it, and a list will pop up of like X and whoever, Instagram.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want
to send it directly to them that way.
I want to put it in the chat, and that's
just want to put it in the chat. You can copy and paste, or you can copy.
I'll try. I'm going to try that.
So if you just hit share, it also has a spot there if you want to copy the link.
Gotcha.
So you just copy the link, go to your chat to post, and then paste it, and then post it.
Gotcha. All right.
Maybe.
I made it.
I had to use
finally.
Sorry.
We're not worthy. We're not.
I started early.
Like in and out.
I started early, dude.
I started me out, man.
Yeah, I saw you blinking in and out. I'm like, oh Christ, here we go.
Yeah,
more
that was weird. Totally weird. Good to see you guys.
You told me to post the link so you can send to the poster. I don't have it to post the. All right, I don't know what to do. I will try this. Let me try this. Hang on, just hang on a second, guys. So I'm going to Mm-hmm. Copy the link. Let's see. Copy. And see if I can paste it here. Mm-hmm. Paste. Let's see if this works. Pow. Someone.
There you go.
That's good enough, right? That should work. I'm assuming it'll work. All right, so Tashi, there's your link. You know what the other fun thing is? All of a sudden, there's going to be all these fucking Indians lining up at the bottom of my screen because all these fucking floating Indians are going to be clicking the goddamn link. And you watch, they'll all be lined up, and I'll be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Right? Now, as I've said before, if it's a hot Indian chick, she's on. Okay? I don't care if she speaks English or not. That's the pass. If you're a hot chick, you're on. You can be an Indian guy with a fake AI chick, and I will have you on. I don't give a fuck.
Kurt, you know that I identify as a hot Indian chick.
Well, that's why I played the bongos for you. It's because I'm like, yeah. To me, when I look at Eek, I think a hot Indian chick. That's
hot
exactly
Indian chick. That's me.
You look very stunning in that hat.
Yeah, right.
Dude, I got a joke. I got a story for you guys. You'll love it.
Yeah,
This happened on Thursday. So I was over in California.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
At one of the pharmacies.
Yeah. Glad you made it home alive.
I know, right? It's a fucking challenge. I'll tell you what. So I was over in California.
Yeah.
It's down by the border. Okay, about 15 miles from the border. I was at a pharmacy that I go to once a month to do an audit there for my company. It's not just one pharmacy. There's 3 in the area, but this one particular one. So I went in, did my thing.
Hang on a minute, Tashi. Go ahead.
Did my thing with the pharmacist and everything. Now they're a very busy store.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now they're literally 15 miles from the Mexican border. Okay.
Wow.
Maybe 20, but they're real close. So 95% of the customers that they have speak Spanish.
Okay.
There's 2 pharmacists, 1 guy training, and they had 6 techs. All of the techs but 1 looked Hispanic. Okay.
Wow. All right.
Then the 1 guy they're training, this fella, I don't know if he was a tech or he was a pharmacist, but he was wearing street clothes. He wasn't wearing scrubs. He wasn't wearing a coat. Yeah. The pharmacists all wore the white coats, and then the techs all wear scrubs, all the same color. So I'm going over the audit on my iPad with the pharmacist, and I've known this guy for years as the pharmacist at this location and one of the other ones. So I'm very familiar with the guy. And we're sitting there, I'm going over with it. And the trainee, now, you have to understand something. The trainee, he didn't have an accent of any kind, no accent at all. But he was Asian. I don't know if he was Chinese, Vietnamese, or Japanese. Yeah, he's from Ohio. I don't know. He
worked at a Chinese
didn't
restaurant.
have an accent of any kind.
All Asians in Ohio literally work at a Chinese restaurant.
I don't know what he was, but he had fluent, just perfect, like he was born here.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So the text was showing him where specific things were stocked, on this aisle.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what the conversation they were having, but I was talking to the pharmacist. We're standing shoulder to shoulder. I'm showing him everything that I checked. All of a sudden I hear, and it was loud enough, the pharmacist heard it too. I hear, does anybody here speak Spanish? I kid you not, dude. I about fell on my ass in the middle of this fight, laughing my ass off. Jesus. I couldn't help it.
Was he serious? Was he asking a serious question?
Yes. He was asking a serious question. And I'm like, dude, just turn your head either direction. The text all speak Spanish. They're all Mexican.
What is that called? That self-awareness or that environmental awareness? What's that? There's like some military term, right? Like awareness.
Yeah, situational awareness.
Situational awareness.
So the pharmacist is looking at me like, now this guy's a serious guy. Okay. Yeah. Very serious guy. And he's looking at me like, are you okay? What's going on? I'm just laughing because I'm busting up. I can't. And I said, did you just hear that? He says, oh, the guy with the Spanish thing. I said, yeah. He realizes Oh yeah. Do you know where you're at?
That's cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right.
Right now?
That's
Pretty
Crazy
funny.
California. Wookie and his Crazy
Oh my
California.
god, I was dying laughing so fucking hard, dude. Then
That's
the pharmacist, every time I'd bust up, the pharmacist started laughing his ass off. It was like, and he kept on repeating, "Do you not know where you're standing right now?" It's like,
That's awesome. All right, well, we're gonna bring on another dude, another cool
Yes.
ass guy with us.
bring him
We're
on.
bringing on Tashi. There's the man. Look at him, all relaxed.
There he is.
Look at you. God damn, you look like you're from the 70s, man. I mean, I love
right,
it.
man.
Like everything. Like, what is that you're wearing? Is that a sweater or something? What is that?
Cardigan.
Cardigan.
Nice.
I mean, even that looks 70s to me. I love it. Bring it
Need
back.
some gold chains.
Dude,
Yeah, right.
yeah. Get a big gold chain with fucking medallion, like a big gold medallion. Oh, dude, that's 70s. 70s and 80s, man.
Yeah.
Listen, we gotta bring
Looks
that
like
shit
one of the
back.
members of Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Right.
No, you look cool. It's so cool to have a fellow long hair because, like, seriously, in most streams, not a whole lot of that. Or if they do, they're like 70-year-old guys, and it's like gray and all fucking scraggly and shitty and shit. I'm just like, I know this dude's jealous of mine. That's what I don't know. I mean, like, talking. This is looking at me like, man, that son of a bitch has a full head of dark hair. Fuck him. I remember when I looked like that.
I don't
That
miss
hair
mine at
jealousy.
all, man.
No, I know. Well,
love
He
this.
doesn't
you
have to
still
worry
gotta,
about
you
hair
got,
gel.
you still gotta fucking get back to that place and sue their ass for doing that to you.
Right. That place my wife took me to eat.
That's the best, dude. That the last time I came here, this is what happened.
I guess
So,
I kind
Tashi-
of stole that from Eddie Murphy, I think, wasn't it?
That's
Beverly
right.
Hills Cop, where he parked the car and it told him, take
Yeah,
care of my
'cause all
car.
this shit
Look at
happened
the
last
glass on
time
my
I
park
parked
here.
it. Dude, that's such a good movie. Dude, you know, I saw that movie in the theater a few times. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
I saw it a few times.
Yeah, it was
I
funny.
and that was back when they didn't I was underage and they didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
because it was an R-rated movie. But anyway, so Tashi, man, how's the fucking East Coast? How's the
Oh,
going on
windy
over
as
there?
hell today.
is it windy?
I mean, I live by the beach, so it's usually windy, but today it's
Oh,
like
that's
really
cool.
windy.
Oh, cool.
Really windy. You
Yeah.
know what? It must have
It's 45 degrees. I don't know what's
really.
up.
Damn. It was a little bit it was comfortable temperature wise here. Like 2 days ago it was fucking 90. Humid as shit. Fucking summers here in North Carolina. But then I remember like last night I was
crap,
on
I
the
can see
balcony and I was like, this is actually pleasant. I'm like, are we getting a little cold spell? It's probably from that. It's probably because it was a little windy last night and today's been a little windy here. Probably not like you, but I love how like it, you know, it starts strong view and moves inland and then we get the tail end of it. It's kind of cool. It's that way with hurricanes too, you know. So so everything's all good on the eastern front. No signs of explosions or missiles or nothing.
Funny you say that. There was a meteor that like collided. I don't know what was up with it. But a friend of mine in Massachusetts just asked me and said, like, did I hear some kind of a boom? And I said, no, I didn't know what you're talking about. Then he found out that there was some kind of a meteor that I don't know if it collided with the atmosphere or something, or if it like landed in the coast, but for whatever reason, like all over Massachusetts and going into the road, you could hear some kind of boom from a meteor.
Sweet, dude. Oh, then you have to get on Twitter because I guarantee you someone got video of that. If it was visible, you know, the amount of people today, someone always captures something.
Yeah.
And they always think it's a fucking UFO. Look, it's UFO. It's a meteor. I wish it was a UFO, but it's a fucking meteor.
Sometimes
or
they get
also,
caught
like,
on ring
shooting
cameras
down
too.
a drone or something.
yeah, drone, satellite burning. Yeah, you're right, Wookie. Everyone's got security cameras now, and so you'll see those
At night, especially those. There was one I saw. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It went
Dude, I've
right
seen the
overhead.
green ones. I love the green ones. That's so fun. That's what I'm like. That's a fucking alien. You know what I mean? I'm like, that is a green glowing light that's coming down to the fucking. Oh, come on, that's a ship. But no, it's just a chemical compound. It was neat. There was this like chart on Twitter, of course, about there was like 5 different colors of meteors, and it was because of the chemical compound of the meteor. Like this, the whatever phosphorus burns this, and this stuff copper burns yellow. It was neat. It was like that's why one's green. There's even one that's like a lavender purple. I'm like,
weird.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Rare,
Yeah.
but there's been like glowing purple meteors before. I'm like, dude, space, that shit's so cool. It really is. It's like I love that shit. And I don't. That's why I understand the whole flat earther thing. And I mean, no disrespect, because I actually have friends who are flat earthers. But it's like, come on, seriously, really, it's like, come on, dude. We're
if you go up high enough, you can see the curvature.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's cool is being on the coast somewhere, like over here. Like I used to live in San Diego,
Right.
so we would go to one of the malls by the coast, and you could see out over the ocean, and you could see these little dots, and they get taller and taller. Well, it's the fucking curvature of the earth.
Right.
Yeah.
Boats, these ships were, especially a military ship.
Right.
Like
They say that.
Or something like that.
That's the easiest way. The easiest way to disprove the flat Earth theory is the ocean with the ship rising over the horizon, because it literally starts from like the mast or top, whatever, and it slowly comes into view. Where if it was straight,
aircraft carriers are like freaking 10 stories tall or some shit.
They're like cities.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah, and so that's the best way to do the whole curvature of the Earth thing. So yeah, thank God that shit is. That's one conspiracy theory that can stay.
We won't fall off the edge of the earth. Oh my God.
All the others are fucking true as far as I'm concerned. Everything from the giants to the Bigfoot to Epstein, it's all fucking true. Everything's true. The only thing is not as a flat earthers. That's way too much. It's like, okay, come on.
That's the only one.
The only one. All the rest are true. All of them. Even the Jersey Devil and all that weird shit. It's all fucking real.
The lizard people.
It's all. Now, hey, don't joke about that shit, because multiple guys smarter than us who've been abducted or worked on the fucking shit say, there are different races. They always say the Nordics, Nordics. There's the tall ones they call the giants, which look human, but they're just fucking tall, 8-9 feet tall. The grays, of course. The fucking lizard people, the mantis people. It's just like there's all these different races. So I don't knock the lizard people shit. I know it sounds crazy, but again,
I've heard stories.
Another show. Remember V? Remember that show V in the 80s?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck were those aliens? They were lizard people wearing masks. Remember?
Yep.
That's a little hit to us. That's a creator saying, "How are we going to get this across to people without being accused of being insane?" Oh, we'll just make a sci-fi show about it. What does that remind you of? Predator, Terminator.
Yep.
It just goes on and on and on and on. I've had this conversation with my brother and other people before. I'm like, some of these fucking Hollywood directors, I don't know how the fuck they get this, because it's 20, 30, 40 years, like Kubrick and all this shit. But I swear to God, to me, it's like little messages. It's like, well, I can't come out and say, holy shit,
little bits and pieces,
I mean, I could put it in a fantasy movie or sci-fi, so people will think it's just science fiction and my creativity. But
X-Files,
I warn them, saying, "Hey, this is what's going on. You don't realize it, but maybe you will one day." I'm convinced. A lot of movies. Okay, like the one, I think the best example. In fact, I think it is. Correct me. Is it the Kubrick one, which is Eyes Wide Shut? The one where he died at the end. Is that Kubrick?
Yeah, he died just before the end of that one.
Eyes Wide Shut.
But the one I was thinking of was Close Encounters, where people were like, somebody saw that film that the military."
Yes. They said they showed it to Spielberg.
See it. Yeah.
They said they showed it to Spielberg.
They said, no, we're not letting you see it. And then Spielberg somehow must have talked to somebody that saw the movie or whatever, the film, and said, we're going to do that, because apparently that's how the film went down.
He let him buy. He rented a couple kids to them for a couple months.
Yeah,
here, you can have these kids for a couple months. Just show me the fucking movie. And they're like, oh, okay, that works.
The movie.
Yeah.
You don't even have to.
You also, like, the movie The Thing originally came out in like the late 50s, early 60s.
Right.
Okay. Where was it freaking centered in?
Exactly.
Fucking Arctic or some shit.
Antarctica, right?
Was it Antarctica?
Yeah.
I think it was North Pole, wasn't it?
I think that one was in the North Pole. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the same difference in it. The setting was an ice,
Yeah.
Carpenter's was Antarctica, right?
Yeah, that was definitely Antarctica.
Yeah. Which is all a buzz now with conspiracy theorists. And again, there's fucking charts and graphs that show all the shit, all the countries that have pieces of Antarctica and research posts. Why? It's like the moon. what if there's nothing on the moon? Why are we going back? Why are we so fascinated by the moon? Why are we going back to the fucking moon? If it's a hunk of dead white fucking rock, why are we wasting the money and time and manpower to go there? Because there's something fucking there. And it's the same with Antarctica.
The thing now is helium-3. They're getting helium-3 up there and bringing it down.
What's that? I'm out of the loop.
You've never heard of helium-3?
No.
It's something to do with energy. It's like an energy source. Something to do something to do with nuclear or something, I guess. But yeah, it's supposed to solve all of our energy issues. Actually,
they won't allow that.
There's a good movie I was just watching the other night. I've seen it before, but it's called Moon.
Yeah.
Where he's on the moon and I don't want to give anything away, but that's what he's doing. He's all by himself up there and he's mining helium-3 for the world's energy. So, and some weird stuff happens. And
the alternate
there was
energy
a movie about it being hollow too. Remember that one? It was like an AI thing that who knows. And
that's not necessarily
some
extraterrestrial theory, but again, it's true because you can look it up. The fucking NASA did a test where would they drop a bomb or something?
They crashed something. They crashed
a lander.
And it echoed the echo went for hours or something.
For hours.
They said it rang like a bell for hours. What the fuck, man? It's like Jesus,
weird, man.
But they
still have sensors. They still have those sensors there, and they're by line of sight, and they can contact a sensor. They have a seismic sensor there. They can contact it at line of sight from the Earth. And they've got seismic readings, recent ones where shit have hit like little meteors and shit have hit the freaking thing.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
So
and it's like who's the UFO guy I love on Joe Rogan, the dude who worked on Area 51. It's not David Paulides. He's
Lazar.
Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar.
Yeah,
I have to remember that.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar talked about that. What was it? Element 115 was it?
I think it's 115. Yeah.
Element 115, which was not discovered at the time, not on the periodic charts, and then big fucking surprise, like decades later, scientists discover Element 115, and now it's on the fucking periodic charts.
Oh, what do you know? Look at that.
Yeah. Lazar said, and he said it on both any podcast. That's the fucking energy. That's the element that the UFO needed for its energy. That was power. That defied gravity in every single way, and cost it had no heat signature, cost zero. It was like this fucking weird free energy source that powered forever, and that's the kind of shit that the government would want. But there's no fucking way they would let us have it because it would just destroy all the businesses.
Yep.
You remember the TV series and the different shows, Stargate SG-1. Stargate Atlantis, Stargate Universe.
Yeah.
In Stargate SG-1, toward the end of the series, the last few seasons, they always talked about a 0-point energy system.
Yeah.
That would power indefinitely all these ships and different things.
Yeah.
And
I believe in the whole portal theory, the Stargate shit.
Oh yeah.
Because again, that David Paulides one, that Joe Rogan, he was just on Joe Rogan a week or two. You watched that one, right?
Yeah, it was good. I'll listen to it. Yeah,
because they got into the Skinwalker Ranch shit,
right?
And Paulides said that he saw he and a witness, whatever, watched that fucking portal open at night, and the fucking thing that crawled out of it.
Yeah,
and he said it looked like a glowing tube, like a tunnel.
Yeah.
It was like this white. He said a white sphere of light grew and grew, and then he said a second one looked like inside it. But what it was is if you look at a 3-dimensional thing, see what I'm saying? So it was like this, and he said once they realized this is a fucking tunnel, this is a tube, and then they saw a black humanoid creature jump out of the fucking thing, and then blink, it's gone, and it's just like.
Well, there was a Bigfoot researcher, and he's passed away, I think, last year or year before. Named Scott Carpenter. He was good friends with Pilates, did Pilates.
Oh wow. Okay.
And he had a thing where he would go out in these certain areas where he lived, you know, in the middle of the freaking woods and shit.
Yeah.
And he would have 2 cameras with him. He'd have a GoPro on his shoulder, facing backwards on a gimbal, so it was stabilized. And then he would have his other camera on a selfie stick. And so he'd be walking and he'd be filming and talking. Sometimes he would take film of him talking about where he's at, what he's doing, what he's heard, what he's seen. Well, he on his camera on his shoulder, the one facing back, he actually filmed a portal forming where he had just walked past near these little stand of trees, but you could see this thing.
Yeah.
And it was like forming, but it was circling.
Right.
It was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And they said what you could see now, it was a little bit of ways, but you could see all of a sudden something humanoid-ish sticking its head out of this damn thing.
Yeah. It's
that's crazy.
It's hard for us to grasp it logically. You know, that's what's amazing is I get it. The average person, the average soccer mom is going to be rolling around. Okay, where? But the fact is, it's like, okay, no. What if it's real? What if it's fucking real? And I believe this shit's real. Is that fucked up? Like you wouldn't. Even if you witnessed it, you'd say, "Nah, I'm seeing shit. I'm high, or someone spiked my drink." There's no you couldn't comprehend of this energy fucking tube appearing in the middle of fucking air and some living creature. You couldn't grasp it. And I'm saying hey man, that's how shit is, you know, whether you grasp it or not. I think that's how it is. You know, the whole giant fucking theory shit. I mean, how many fucking more examples of archaeology and history do you need of these massive blocks that we can't even move today if we tried with our technology, and these giant fucking staircases and these giant fucking doors? You know, why is there a fucking 50-foot tall door? Who the fuck is walking through this?
Yeah, exactly.
You say, no, wait, you're right. Like, why would they take the time and effort to carve a doorway this fucking big in the side of a mountain?
Well, look at some of the architecture in some of these large cities throughout the world. The freaking ground floor doors, like 20 feet, 30 feet freaking tall. These double doors that are arched and shit, but the handle's way the hell down the fuck here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's in these large, huge Gothic windows and shit.
Yeah.
And these, you know, even inside the building, the doors between the rooms are like freaking you know, what the fuck?
And again, if it's because Eke and I in college, we lived in a pre-Civil War house. We may have mentioned this before. And that Civil War house, I think the doorways were 8 feet tall and the ceilings were like 11 or 12, right? It was okay. We're not talking 30, 40 feet tall, man. We're not talking doorways that are 50 feet tall and shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's that whole relative thing. It's like, okay, I get the oversized. Yeah, it looks cool and dramatic and stuff, but it's to an extent, right? An 8 foot
did you ever hear about the guy at the Colorado airport that took the elevator down and got off the elevator? He goes into the bathroom.
I know what you're talking
and the
about.
urinals are like giant.
Yeah. Some weird.
And he just went back to the elevator.
Yeah. Something about the Colorado airport. I hear a lot of weird shit.
It's like
there.
huge.
Yeah. A lot of weird shit. And they say they kind of change shit in a lot of construction because
I
think
those weird murals and stuff too.
Yeah.
Really creepy.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. Yeah. Again, I
mean, that
think,
just reminded me of that. You talking about the big doors and stuff.
Yeah.
The freaking statue of that horse outside of the place that breathes smoke and blue eyes and shit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, to me, it's that whole
that's crazy.
Like eyes wide shut shit. It's like sometimes it's right in your face because they know they get away with it. Like, what are you going to do? Shut us down? You can't touch it.
It's getting more
like the whole Epstein thing. Yeah, like the Epstein. That's what
stuff that they just don't care if you see.
They just don't care because they know they're above the law. Well, fuck the fucking law is in on it. You know what I mean? They've got fucking princes and kings and shit who are clients, you know, and so they're like, you idiots think we're never going to get in trouble. You know what I mean? Unless one of them gets thrown under the bus, like Weinstein. Epstein did get caught.
Yeah, once in a while, somebody's got to pay the fiddler. They pick somebody and
it gets a little too close. They're like, okay, sacrificing one of you fuckers. There you go. And then, of course, no, good enough. You appease the masses. Again, who got arrested with the Epstein thing?
Yeah.
What has happened? Not a fucking thing.
There's all these victims.
And there is so much fucking evidence of shit. There's so much evidence.
Yeah.
And if people are like, well, what's a photo of I'm like, okay, have you looked at the fucking the photos that are blacked out? Have you seen that shit?
I've seen a couple.
Dude, one, you can tell there's fucked up shit going on. Two, who blacked it out? The government. So that means they know what the fuck is in it. And they're like, oh shit, we got to cover this. What does that tell you?
Yeah,
Case
it's
closed.
blacked out.
There's your fucking evidence. Yeah, there's your evidence. All this redacted. Why is it redacted? Because it's so fucking horrible. People would freak the fuck out.
The Attorney General Pam Bondi said, "Well, we can't do that because then it'll fucking collapse the system."
Yeah,
fuck it.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck the system.
Well, but see, they have everything to lose because they're rich from the system.
Yes,
they fuck us and
there's the money stream
and everything. Yeah, Wookie, your ass is going to jail if you're off $100 reporting your taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
But they can have billions disappear, and we don't know.
Oh, how many times did that happen?
That's why
I know it happened on the day before 9/11.
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, they're missing some billions of dollars in the fucking Pentagon. And
we don't know where it went.
The next thing you know, the fucking building explodes.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
It's like hit right in the auditor's part of it.
Got hit with a fucking cruise missile.
Yeah.
I
do. I wish I was like a big enough person and charismatic enough and shit where I could just convince everyone to stop paying taxes like right now. Just don't do it. Just stop. Let's see what happens. Hundreds of thousands of people just overnight stop paying taxes. Go ahead, try to arrest all of them. See what happens.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put them? Really? You're going to arrest hundreds of thousands of people? No, you're not. Fuck you guys. And just let it grow and let it grow. And then what are they going to do? What are they going to do? You're going to shut everything down?
Craig T.
You shut down the trucking and the stores and the airports and the fucking everything. Okay, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Asshole government. Fuck you guys.
Nah, Israel.
Tashi, I'm with you, brother. Fuck the military. Fuck the government. I'm growing a beard like you, and I'm going to get a sign. Fuck the USA. We're going to be hippies in the East Coast. In the wind, in the rain. I'm going to be with Tashi on his front lawn. Won't he be happy? Nah, but it's just ridiculous. It's so stupid how nothing's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Isn't
she done?
Isn't
she done? I thought
she's
out.
Yeah, she's out.
She's like out.
Yeah, she's gone.
Like weeks ago.
She got out
so.
and.
But then it's been announced that Trump is appointing her to something else. I forget exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Some kind of cushy AI position job.
Yeah.
So
he didn't let her go. He's just moving her like that. Was it Christy Noem? Who was
Christy
the one?
Noem made some
Christy Noem,
the hot chick on the horse video, and it was kind of all about her. And they're like, nah.
Yeah.
So they moved her. They rotated her somewhere. They didn't let her go. They just fucking put her over.
Yeah. Every time I see her now, I just think of that scene in Vacation. Dog killer.
But yeah, that's whatever. It's so stupid.
Yeah, government, they don't fucking fire you and kick your ass out the door.
They move you somewhere else.
They fucking just laterally move you someplace that's a little bit less, attached to the press.
Probably because they're dirt on each other. If Pam Bondi saw all this shit and they let her go, what stops her from going on Joe Rogan and saying, "You want to know what I saw? I'll tell you what I saw."
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They'd have to kill
the thing
her.
is, though, she can't because then she'll end up like fucking Bourdain or fucking some of those other people that mysteriously committed suicide.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm gonna have to find this clip. I'm gonna have to find this clip and make a new opening trailer for this show or something like that. Because one of my favorite fucking little interaction on one of the X-Files. And I don't even know what fucking episode it was, but all I know is in the early first season or two that the fucking Deep Throat was the old guy.
Well, yeah,
you've seen him in
guy.
That was all
not the smoking man. This other guy, this first older guy. He was I don't know his name, but he's an actor. He's been in everything. You'd recognize him.
I remember.
I know who you're talking about.
Martin
Landau.
I think so. Maybe
he was with FEMA.
No, He wasn't
Wasn't
in
that
the,
one?
he was in the movie.
All right, I got
He was
okay.
the guy that was feeding them
Actually,
information in the movie that the cops were raiding his place and everything.
Oh.
But there was another character, and I know who you're talking about.
I'll look him up. But anyways, so this one scene that because he was actually a good guy. He was helping Mulder. He was deep throat, but he was kind of helping Mulder and on his side and stuff.
Didn't they kill him off in the first season? I think.
Yeah,
or the second season?
that's what I'm talking about. And it was in, I believe it was at the Pentagon in the middle, the garden of the Pentagon, right?
Yeah.
And he and Fox Mulder are walking, just having a conversation. And it was right at the end of the show. And in the deep throat's like, he's like, oh, always keep your friends close, Agent Mulder.
Yeah.
But your enemy's closer. And then it like, ended. And I was like, that's fucking badass. I'm like, Jesus, that's fucking, that's the government. Keeping the enemies closer than your friends to keep an eye on them, because that way they know they can't fucking put a knife in your back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find that episode. So guys, talk about whatever the fuck we're gonna talk about. This is gonna take 5 minutes. Vulcan, Vulcan's spewing shit? What are you doing, dude? He's like I think he's throwing topics. It was Pam Bondi. Yeah, I know. I wish I could, Vulcan. So let's start. You and me, buddy. I lived the X-Files. Did you? It's a shame. Oh, I think you said you lived the X-Files? I think he means I love the X-Files. Because if you lived them, your ass better get on the show, Vulcan. We got a lot to talk. If you lived the X-Files, we have the next year worth of shit to talk about on this show. Yeah, I know. It was such a there you go. Loved. Oh, I was hoping you'd say lived. I was like, damn it, Vulcan. I knew you were interesting. Hey, there's Abby. Finally, a quality streaming show. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far, Abby. Are you drunk again? He's probably drunk. Aren't you back from the fucking mountain, or are you still in the mountain drinking? I've been out here 3 months. Fuck it. I'm just going to get drunk and stare at the mountain.
Heart bells rolling in his grave.
That's funny.
He's talking about the last stream I was on a little bit ago.
Yeah, what stream was that?
Bunnies.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
The show was on EVPs and whether or not they were real.
Oh.
And EVPs are real, but is it a disembodied spirit?
Yeah.
Is it, radio reflections off the frickin' atmosphere? Or is it the government fucking with you?
Right. Is that
I'll vote for
Jerry
that one.
Harden? Hang on. I think I found him. Jerry Harden. That's him. All right. So the actor's name is Jerry Harden. See, have you ever heard of him? No, I guarantee you fucking seen him.
He's probably been in a lot of shit I've seen before. So
he's one of those guys. He's one of those actors. There are so many actors like that where they're recognizable. They're in every movie and TV show you could ever imagine, but you don't know their fucking name because they've never been like a star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a picture of him.
Yeah.
And post it so you guys recognize him. But this dude,
he was in big trouble in Little
Abby
China.
and I,
was
Abby
he?
and I, and B-Dog, we have a distant cousin with the same last name.
There's a surprise.
We tracked it down.
Big surprise.
And he's an actor. He's like, he's not a big name actor and things like that, but he's been in a lot of different TV shows, a couple movies back in the 90s and stuff like that, early 2000s. Our other cousin tracked this guy down and and found out that, he's a blood relative and he's black.
Wow.
Funny.
So I got curious. I started searching for some of the stuff he was in, and he's like an ancillary character. He's like a supporting character, things like that. He would do, and a lot of TV shows. One-ofs. He was never really in a series or anything, but Hold
on, I'm trying to show it. Where the hell is it? God damn it!
So you had to send one cousin to find another
Billy
one?
tracked the guy down.
You had to have one cousin track down the other cousin.
Well, our cousin, his name was Billy. He was big into searching down family tree stuff because he was adopted.
There it is. You guys see this?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Jerry
I've
Hardin.
seen him in a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, I knew
In
exactly
fact,
who
I
you're
think
talking
this is from X-Files because that looks like the back of Mulder's head.
Back
Yeah.
in Mulder, yeah.
But this
and it looks
dude,
like him at that time too.
yeah, this is the dude who was Deep Throat in the first season of X-Files. And
Okay.
I love that goddamn scene where he talks to Mulder in that Pentagon Garden and that line that he uses. It was so cool. And that dude, like I said, I saw that when I lived in San Francisco with the crazy blonde bitch in the 90s. And so I've remembered it this whole time. So I'm going to get that clip and put that in one of my intros. I got to make
there was so many different.
Dude.
You have to understand, and it's not just the X-Files that, or these other movies, these, like Close Encounters and shit like that. Look back, farther back in the early 1970s, the 60s, and even the late 50s on some of the science fiction shit shows, either TV shows or movies that we would consider B movies. Oh, the thing that ate New York and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It came from wherever. All that shit, all that sci-fi, how much of that had a little kernel of truth in it?
Yeah.
Like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. How chilling and creepy is that original fucking movie?
Yeah.
When you think about it.
I think a lot of movies and stuff, books and everything are that way. Again, creators, whether they're a fucking author or a filmmaker or whatever, I think they create stories or whatever from usually their own experiences, because that's what they can talk about, because they know what the fuck they're talking about. They relate to, that I put all sorts of weird parallel truths in my shit, like all sorts of stuff. There were things in volume 2 that actually like I've lived, but it was just slightly not as dramatic, but believe me, like he knows the story. He knows what's like kind of based on truth and what's not based on truth. And there's a lot of shit in volume 2 that's like kind of based on truth. And I think a lot of people do that, where it's their own experience or stuff, or it's their own like thoughts, beliefs, or you know what I mean? Like their own instinct kind of stuff. They're like, I got a feeling that there's probably some fucking massive UFO buried in Antarctica. And I could see that, and they're like, I think I'm going to make a movie about this. You know what I mean? That's just what I think. I think it's always this inspiration. And then all of a sudden, here's this great movie or great book and everything loves it. No, it's fiction until 20 fucking years later. And you're like, wait a minute, I just saw this in the news this morning. You know what I mean?
Well, here's an example. Okay. You guys remember the old 1950s movie, Them? The giant freaking ants.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I've heard of it.
Those big fucking ants, right?
I haven't seen it. Yeah, exactly. I've heard of it. Seen the black and white photos.
Yeah, and it's actually a pretty good movie.
Okay.
I mean, the ants suck. I mean, it's like it's like.
At least they tried. At least it's not CGI. At least it's a real. They're really big and they flop and they bounce and shit.
Right. So here's this. There were reports. I remember reading some of this stuff from. It was either the first Gulf War or the second time out. In the deserts, there were servicemen and women who actually saw very large, fast, creepy-looking freaking insects.
Wow.
Crawling across the ground at like breakneck speed across the fucking desert.
Really?
Now they saw them from a distance, but the estimate was that these things were like fucking huge. As bigger than a human.
Jeez.
Some of these things.
And this was where?
In the Middle East.
Big surprise. Big surprise.
Now, of course,
the heart of every fucked up thing on the planet is Middle East.
There's a creature out there called a camel spider.
Yeah.
It's not a spider. It's not an ant, but it's fuzzy.
Dinner plate.
But it's like fucking like this freaking big, long.
The fucking war. You remember that shit? The photos that was discovered in the fucking, what was that? That was the Desert Storm or Iraq or whatever.
Yep. Camel spiders.
The soldiers had the camel spider. They were holding it up by like a gun or a knife or a mortar or a rocket, and the fucking thing is this huge thing. I'm like,
but
that wasn't what they saw. They saw something with wings. Dude, this is like they the best way they described it, it looked like a wasp.
Yeah.
But it was across the ground just hauling ass. Now, also, there have been cryptid sightings in woods and shit like this. People have seen some very large human-sized insects. Again, maybe an insectoid. I don't know.
Yeah.
An alien? Who knows?
There was rumors. I remember as a kid, I heard rumors. So we're talking a long time ago. There was rumors from homeless people in the sewers of New York City of a spider like bigger than a dog. Could you imagine?
Oh,
I fucking spider that you're like some drunk homeless guy and you're in the sewers. And this fucking big thing all of a sudden crawls up and is like looking at you. Oh, fucking, dude, that would suck so
well, no, guess
he
what?
Could love that, especially at Reared Up.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm out.
Yeah,
I think Eek is probably I
like
think it might be a little more.
The movie Arachnophobia.
Eek is arachnophobic for sure. He admits it. He freely admits it. I didn't realize it until probably the last 10, 20 years where I'm like, I really fucking hate and get creeped out by spiders. So I guess that makes me arachnophobic because if they're bigger than this, I'm like, where's the gun?
Stories.
I'm like, where's the sword? I'm like, if they're like this on it, okay. If they get like, if they're bigger than the end of my finger, I swear to God, I'm just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, then don't live in Australia.
God,
yeah,
it's funny. As a kid before the internet, that was the only country I wanted. Only country I'd ever live in is Australia. And then the internet comes out, and I start seeing all this shit in Australia. I'm like, fuck Australia.
They got some fucking spiders the size of pie plates. And
dude,
shit.
they got poisonous. Everything's poisonous.
Yeah, poisonous.
Spiders and snakes and bugs and plants. Dude, the what's that fucking thing? It hunts spiders. It's like a wasp, but it's not a wasp. Oh my God, what is it called? It's a giant insect. It's a
not a wasp.
It's like a fake wasp, but it's not, or maybe it is a wasp, but it's
probably that's usually what
there is a wasp that does hunt.
There was
spiders.
A fucking insect that looked like a wasp that this fucking dude took on his he filmed it. It was dragging one of these massive spiders up his garage door.
Yeah.
This insect was like this big, and the spider was like this big, and it was like dragging a tarantula up. I was just like, oh, and this guy's laughing. Oh,
get the shotgun!
I'm just like, I would have moved. I would have said, let me pack the bags. We're out of here. There's no fucking way I'm dealing with this. There's no way.
Yeah.
And they laugh and shit. And I've seen things where like these chicks are in their bedroom and one of those massive fucking spider things is like in the corner and they're just filming. Oh, I have a friend tonight. I'm like, I would die. I would have a
huntsman.
There's no fucking
spider.
You know what I'm talking about? They're massive.
Dude, the huntsman spiders they're pretty big. They can be pretty big. But they're super fast as the creepy part.
Yeah,
that's the worst. All right, we got to change topics. See, I'm getting weirded out. Right? I fucking hate this.
We do have.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I was gonna say, and this will be the last part of the spider story stuff. There were reports at the turn of the 1900s and stuff like that. In some of the jungles in like Southeast Asia and stuff like that, where they were these, I'm not talking like pie plate size, I'm talking Volkswagen Beetle size fucking spiders. And the locals would warn people, don't go in a certain area, don't go in a certain section, don't sleep over there, don't sleep over here. Just gonna be, these are like military, Foreign Legion type shit going on.
Yeah.
And
some
people would go missing.
Don't ignore the locals, man.
Yeah, don't ignore the fucking locals.
Do what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got fishing spiders here in Ohio that get pretty damn big. I've encountered a few
fishing
big ones. You look those up, yeah.
Holy shit.
And that doesn't mean you got to be by the lake. Maybe you only need a creek or something. But I've encountered.
Yeah, like I said, I realized I was arachnophobic when I lived at Indian Lake because it's a fucking shitty fucking lake town, and boy, were there spiders there. Yeah, and I'm like, fuck this. It's like,
fuck that shit, dude.
There you go. You see that? That's for you, Eek. That's for you, right there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Rearing
the
up
one on the
spider.
pants right there. That's two of them hooked together.
Yeah, this is the one that made it to Twitter where everyone freaked the fuck out. Yeah, I'll see if I can.
Feels so creepy, man.
Hold on, I'll get the.
Fuck that shit.
Where was it? This was the one. I don't know.
Yeah, there we go.
3 of them.
Two camel.
Can you see that? Is that? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Whoops. Let me hold on. I'm gonna kill this screen and I'll move this one up in a second. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, bigger picture. Yeah, 2 together, 2 hooked together.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, so spiders suck. That's for sure.
We had something like that out here one time. We actually got into the Walmart over by my house here.
Yeah.
And into the garden area. But it was not it looked just like it. It looked like it in that it was brown, fuzzy, but it was only about that long. And I think the lady that was
still
there,
too big for me. If it's bigger than this, I'm done.
It's called it wasn't camel spider. It was called a vinegaroon. Or some shit. That's what she called it. I called it. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Well, and like
I gotta fuck with that thing.
Abby said, "Don't go to Texas." No, I've been in Texas a few times.
Yeah.
And I actually lived in Arizona, and see, I told you Vulcan. Yeah, Vulcan was military. I knew Vulcan was military. You were military, right, Vulcan? I sensed it. I knew it was encounter. Yeah, Vulcan's gonna have to come on the fucking show, dude.
He's probably just a tourist. Went to Iraq for a vacation.
Yeah, right.
Taking pictures, took a wife or something. Yeah, Vulcan, you're gonna have to get yourself.
I see some camel fighters.
Yeah, okay, but no, Sedona, Arizona. Again, we were younger, but when I moved there, I call it the land of giant insects because all the bugs were fucking big. I remember there was a rhinoceros beetle one morning on the way to work on one of the adobe walls, like, just clear as day. And I mean, this fucking thing was like this. It was like, I couldn't believe it. This big, the horn was like this fucking long.
And I'm
like, look at this fucking thing. And we didn't have
that shit.
Selfie, and we didn't have this shit back then. And I'm looking at this fucking thing, just the sun shining on it, not moving, broad as daylight. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the funniest was one morning I was going to work and I opened our front door and I took pictures of this because I chopped it with a sword literally 4 times before it got a sword. I chopped it in pieces. A grasshopper. It all was a grasshopper. But this fucking grasshopper was this big. It was. Yeah. I opened the door and right down on
them extras from the movie.
Right in front of me is this massive grasshopper. At first I noticed. I just closed the door. I'm like, I didn't deal with this morning because I'm. It's morning. I have to walk to work. I'm. And I went out the back door. I said, I'm dealing with this later.
Hey, I went out the back door. You got a new pet.
I went to fucking work. I came back. My girlfriend's like, we got a big thing in front. I'm like, is it still there? I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? So I come in through the back door. I'm like, well, let me in the back door. And I look at this fucking thing, and I realize, okay, it's a grasshopper. Okay, what's that? It's a grasshopper, but still,
it's the size of your shoe. What the fuck?
It's just so big, man. I know it's not going to bite me or sting me, but it's big.
Yeah,
it's a big fucking thing.
It's
so
the creep factor.
I was like, all right, get the sword. I'm like, I got to chop. I got to see. I got to chop this fucking thing. And I
Kurt.
Chop, bang, and it fucking flops. And I'm like, shit, bang. I chop a leg off, bang, chop fucking half up. And I took pictures of it. And I put my hand next to it to show the scale. It was just one tough fucking grasshopper. But
drones are a lot smaller now, Kurt.
What's that?
Drones are a lot smaller now.
What do you mean?
It was probably a drone, but now they can make them really little.
No, this was in the late 90s. This was 90.
That was here in Arizona, in Sedona.
Sedona, Arizona. I lived there in 98 to 99, and then from Sedona, Arizona, I went to Vegas for 7 years. So yeah, I got tons of pictures of the fucking Red Rocks. We had Red Rock fever. That's why I moved there, like a bunch of fucking tourists. And I hiked all the time, and But I was a storm chaser. I was getting actual photos of lightning bolts. Like I have a good trigger finger. I'm fast because again, it wasn't this shit. It was I had this fucking telephoto lens, and I'm up on the rocks, and I'm watching the storm, and I'd see the lightning click, and I'd get it. It would take like I'd get all these pictures, and 10 would be just the grace, but then there'd be one where I'd get the bolt.
Nice. Yeah, bolt.
So I've got a ton of photos from Sedona, Arizona. About 1 year, we hiked everywhere and worked there and everything.
We get monsoons through here, and to the east of us, there's a mountain pass, and usually what happens is, if it comes up, it'll the mountain pass will separate us from the major part of the storm, so you'll see these clouds, and it's just a fucking light show, like a fireworks display.
Yeah,
it's bright and it's just badass. But their monsoons, they'll show up in like freaking August and September. Yeah, and they'll rain like a son of a bitch real quick for about 3 or 4 hours. Wind will blow it, fucking hurricane force winds and shit, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was
like Florida.
Gone.
It was a beautiful we were only there for 1 year, but dude. The land was beautiful. The giant insects were crazy. There were bats everywhere. Oh my god! At night there'd be bats.
Bats.
The fucking what were those things called? Not chupacabra. Those little fucking orc pig-like creatures. What are those called?
Orc pig-like creatures.
No, they are. Well, oh my god! What are they called? No, it's a Mexican name. You know, God, know what I'm talking about. Wookie, a Mexican name. Not chinchilla. They're literally little pigs, and they travel in packs. No. It's oh Christ! I'm gonna look this shit up.
I can't.
Dude, they're a bitch. They smell bad. They like fucking will kill dogs. They travel in packs. They're like little fucking warthog creatures, and they're in Arizona, and they travel at night. Oh my god, what it's called? I gotta go.
They look like a warthog.
They're like little pigs. They're like little hairy pigs. They're ugly. They smell bad. They say you smell them before they even get there, and they travel in packs. They're like orcs. Eek. I'm telling you, they're like fucking orcs.
Sounds like it.
But they're Mexican. It's a Mexican name. What in the fuck? How am I going to search this? Mexican sounding
chinchilla?
Orcs. I'm going to say Mexican orcs. See if
yeah, they just
put in Mexican orc and see what he comes up with.
Yeah, they just went through the river and got wet. That's why they smell bad.
Let's see what comes up. Mexican orcs. The latest D&D pictures come up, of course.
Nice.
Because the fucking gay ass TSR
Indians
recently made these paintings for their 5th edition game, and there literally is an orc with a fucking sombrero on, and the fucking Mexicans are pissed. They're like, "What the fuck are you talking? What are you saying there?" Mexican orcs largely. Oh my dude, this is good. Largely, listen to this. The term Mexican orcs largely refers to the debate surrounding the artwork for orcs in the 2024 Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook. The imagery sparked online discussions by featuring characters with Hispanic, Tex-Mex, and Vaquero cowboy aesthetics. There's your Mexican fucking orcs, dude.
He's a
Oh my god! Okay, what would they'd be called? Not rodents. What are those? What are those kind of animals called? Like a pig-like animal?
Hell.
Carnivore?
I was gonna say wild pigs are called javelina, but
that's it. That's javelina? The one, dude. A javelina. Thank you.
Okay.
Dude, that's what's in it.
But they're just feral pigs, basically, or
yes,
they're like
they're fucking orcs, dude. They're like orcs. Dude, javelinas.
Yeah, yes. When I used to be in the golf business in San Diego, they had packs of them that come out at night and they tear the living shit out of all the greens.
And the dogs, they kill the dogs.
Were like carrying axes and shit with them. It's like
javelinas. Javelinas are modern day orcs because they're tribal. They travel in packs. There's a male and a female and a huge litter, and they literally travel in packs at night. They smell bad. They smell so bad. You smell like before they even
tear
get
shit up.
Close around. They tear shit up, but they also kill dogs. And so they say don't leave your dog out at night in the back in Arizona.
Yeah.
And dude, one night we heard the dogs barking and then the squealing, and then there was nothing. I'm just like, oh, got him.
Yeah, because they're a fucking team.
Because they said there's like 20 of them, and they just surround
Yeah.
the dog and they fucking javelinas.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christ. Because I'm like, it's a Mexican sounding name, and they're like Mexican orcs. So,
you ever seen people hunt wild boar with what is that stuff called? It's for target shooting where it explodes. You can go buy the stuff. It's an
tannerite.
Tannerite. So they put a block of tannerite with the bait.
Yeah.
And when enough pigs get in there, they sit off in the distance, pop one off, and blow up the tannerite. Dude, they go flying up in the air.
With Joe Rogan on his podcast,
it's all over YouTube. You can watch.
Yeah,
it.
and I've seen videos of this where they were like in helicopters, with like a 50 cal. They're like,
oh shit,
they hunt them down. No, they do.
It's like Nugent did that with a minigun up there.
Yeah, Nugent.
Rogan said he did it. He said it's fun as fuck, but he said it's insane. He's like, they have to. It's population control because they said these fucking things multiply like crazy.
They're a nuisance.
So they fly in with helicopters and machine guns and mow them down.
Now, at least Ted takes the meat and he goes and feeds people with it.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to do that though.
But isn't that fucked up? I'm telling you, they're like fucking modern day orcs. It's like the orcs have like devolved. Instead of being 6 foot tall, 7 foot tall humanoids, now they're back to the little pig shit. It's the same fucking thing. They roam at night in packs. It smells bad. They fucking kill anything in their path. They're like Mexican orcs. But it's good to know that the fucking gay ass current D&D shit is getting shit for their artwork depicting Mexican orcs
from some far off land.
Yeah,
that's what they sound like. Fucking.
No, I remember the artwork.
Packs, they kill people. They stink.
Dude. But that was the javelinas in Arizona, and people warned us because we didn't have a dog, but they said, they kill dogs at night. They come out at night.
Now, I don't know that they have them here, like in my area. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure if you're out in the rural parts, away from the city, they probably have. I know there's coyotes and wolves, and certain areas there's mountain lions.
Yeah.
And of course there's spiders and scorpions and snakes of all kinds.
Don't forget Sasquatch.
And then Sasquatch.
Each
not far
Sasquatch
from where I'm at right now. Not far from where I'm at.
Not
far from where I'm at right now. They on the filming site of Stargate the movie.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah. There was an actual encounter with something overnight by a security guard. He was on the side of the filming location.
Yeah.
And all they had was a fucking radio and a flashlight. And they ended up, the thing was tearing the shit out of all the plywood structures.
Shit.
And so they got on the radio and called their people at the other, because there's two sites. Okay. And one side on the one side of the mountain, and around the corner on the other side was the other site. And so I don't know which side it was, but the story I was told was that first of all, security guard was a chick. And all she had was a flashlight and a radio. They found her inside the dumpster.
Dead?
No, not dead.
Hiding?
Well, hiding. Probably shit herself and pissed herself, I'm guessing.
Jesus.
But
that was just in the dumpster. I got it.
Yeah. The story I was told that
I lost my badge. I was looking.
I lost my badge. Yeah, that she was pretty messed up. They took her to the hospital as far as like she was shaken up.
Weird.
Like she was rattled big time.
They told the insurance, just tell the insurance company it was a bear.
Yeah, that's right. Well, no, this thing we're talking about Mexico. Well, apparently there is a corridor from Mexico up the Colorado River. I think on the California side, all the way up, where there has been sightings
I'll bet.
Of a Sasquatch. One of them is this one here. The other one was in 1999, up 78 going to Blythe, California, and near the Chocolate Mountains, which is a bombing range.
Yeah.
And there was one seen there at night. So
there was just a flap up in northeast Ohio about a month ago. There's like 7 or 8 sightings up there all at one time.
Dude, the craziest, I interviewed 2 friends of mine on my right here when this was just through 2-3 years ago. One night, you know, Vichy is the Professor Vichy.
Yeah, it
was him and Braxton. Braxton is my, redneck country friend singer. They've been friends forever. When this was a few now it's like maybe 10 years ago, but Vichy, Braxton, and another 3 of them were out in the woods here in North Carolina, like not too far from, like it was in this area. But again, it was back when there was more woods, right? Not all these residential homes and shit coming up. And they were drinking, of course, one night outside around a fire. And Vichy was hitting the bottle of tequila, which tells you how fucking drunk he was. Braxton, for once, who was a big time drunk on beer, he for once was like the sober one. I don't know how that happened, but he said he didn't drink much at all that night. And his friend, I don't think, drank at all. So Vichy was tanked. And they saw an orange orb, dude. And Vichy went running after the fucking thing in the woods at night. And so listen to this. So what it was is Braxton was here actually hanging out drinking on my balcony with me. And Vichy was on speakerphone, so Vichy's at home. Well, when they started, I said, whoa. I said, wait a minute. I said, because I know all this shit from coast to coast. You know what I mean? I've heard tons of fucking stories. Yeah. And how the orange orbs are always spotted near Bigfoot appearances. There's some connection. I don't know what, but there's a connection between orange orbs and Bigfoot.
Yep.
And so I'm like, you guys got to tell me this story. So Braxton's telling me in person. Vichy's on speakerphone telling me, dude, it was like they were finishing each other's sentences. Their stories matched identical. Yeah. And they can't really hear each other because he's here in person. He's on, you know what I mean? So right there, I knew, okay, these guys aren't lying because they're like exactly finishing each other's sentence almost. But like it was funny, little things like they would, like Braxton would describe something and it'd be like, he'd think maybe 8 or 9 feet in diameter. And Vichy's like, no, it was more like 6.5, 7. Little differences like that, which again tells me, no, this is real because one guy's interpreting it this way and the other guy's this. Hour and a half, I basically interviewed these 2 fucking guys. Dude, it was fucked up. This night was, and I told them, I said, you have to call Coast to Coast and tell them this. I said, this is a fucked up story, man. This not only involves the orb, but it involves missing time, missing direction, like by several miles. Dude, it was weird. And they're both telling me this shit. And when I was done listening to them, I said, okay, guys, I said, and they're like, well, what do you think? What do you think? I said, this is what I think. And I said, I think what happened is this fucking orb basically was leading you out deep into the woods because that's what they went. They kept running deeper into the woods. And I said, I think this fucking thing was leading you because they came across a spot and they said it was the weirdest thing, but Vichy saw it first and he's yelling, guys, get over here. And so Braxton and his buddy find him. This radius of trees, like anywhere from thin branches to actual trees, were bent, bowed down in a perfect circle, and they all met in the center. Like they made this bed or a platform. Nothing was broken. They were like rubber, like branches, trees, everything came together like this diameter on the ground middle of the woods. Like the living trees were somehow all bent and came together and made this thing. And this thing, this diameter thing, because it was like, 2-3 feet off the ground. Vichy's jumping on it like a trampoline. Guys, check this out. He's jumping up and down. Braxton's like, dude, get the fuck up. We don't know what the fuck is going on with this.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Vichy
that.
Gets out, and they were really tired. They were really tired. He's like, and I was like, you guys were really tired when you were hanging out there. And they were like, yeah, it was weird. It was like, because we didn't run that far. And they're like, but yeah, we just wanted to like rest. And I said, how big was this thing, this bed? About 8 foot diameter, like enough for the three of you to lay down on. Yeah. Think about that. You're tired. What does they want you to do? They want you to lay down on this bed. And fortunately they didn't. They kept running after the fucking orb again because it started to appear. So then they went and went and went, and suddenly they're in a part of the woods they've never been to before. And they said all three of them knew these woods all their life. They went in here with their dads all their life. They like memorized everything. They knew exactly every direction, everything. Suddenly they don't know where the fuck they are. Right? And it's been like 3 or 4 hours. And they said, there's no way. They said, we've only been running like a half hour. We don't know where the fuck we are. And this hasn't been that long. And again, they were really tired to the point where Vichy laid down, put his back against the tree. He's like, guys, he's like, let's just rest. Let's just go to sleep. And Braxton said, bro. He's like, we gotta get to that highway road. Because they knew the woods. So what they said, we're getting close to this. There's a road that runs this way. We just got to get there. And they're like, get up, Vichy. We aren't staying the night in this shit. Are you shitting me? They're like, well, what the fuck is going on with this? And they're both telling me this shit. You know, one guy in person, one guy in the... And I'm like going, this is fucking insane. So when they climb up the hill to where the highway's supposed to be, guess what? They're at the end of the highway that's like 5-6 miles away. They said it was there's no way with that time it was impossible. There's just no way. They're like, they were going specifically through the woods this way, and they end up over here, like way the fuck over here, like miles over this way, completely turned around and backwards. And I was like, you fuckers have no idea of the bullet you dodged. And they still didn't get, like, what are you talking about, man? I said, if you guys would have relaxed, laid down, whatever, in those woods, I said, you three would have woken up on fucking metal tables, you know, with lights on you and weird ass fucking things surrounding you. And there would be no evidence. And the newspapers would say 3 local guys disappeared at night, you know, and the only thing we have is an empty bottle of tequila by a campfire. There's no tracks. There's no nothing. And Braxton visibly paled. He was like, yeah, dude, I don't want to talk about this anymore. It hit him, and I'm just like, you guys were luring you away, and they were trying to do everything to get you to fall asleep. They could just 3 guys
do the weather event, and the dogs wouldn't track, and somebody called David Politis.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, I'm like, you have no idea how fucking lucky you fuckers were, because it was clear. The orb was clearly leading them further and deeper away. Away, and they're tired. But the weirdest thing was that and they both described it. They said it looked like a bed or a trampoline made from bent trees that all perfectly formed the fuck is this, man? Just weird shit. But they both had this. And I mean, I'm like, you guys haven't reported this? This is worth reporting to somebody. And okay, whatever. So that was my Bigfoot story. They never saw Bigfoot, though. That was an amazing thing. Just the orb and all the other strange shit. Doesn't mean they weren't watching them, but they never saw Bigfoot. It was the orange orb and all the other weird shit. The time displacement, direction loss, all this weird shit, dude. And Braxton said he sobered up. He said when he was running after Vichy, he sobered up real quick. And the third guy, he never talked about it ever. And they tried to get him to talk, and he's like, nah, yeah. He's like, I want to deal with it. So his third friend, it really fucked with him because this was the back of his house. Like his house, they started drinking at on their outdoor balcony, and then they went into the woods, and they had a little camp at the woods, and then this is when this happened. So the dude whose house they were at, he never talked about it again. Braxton talks about Vichy, but they both didn't realize, I guess, how serious it was. They thought, it was really weird. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have no idea, man. And I was like, okay, where is this town? Can we go? I said, Braxton, could we go? Could you take me there? It's all gone. It's a new fucking residential neighborhood. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, a few years after they leveled the whole forest, built fucking houses.
God, that sucks.
Doesn't that suck? I'm like, fuck. Braxton's like, I don't know if I'd take you back there anyways. He's like, after what you told me, I don't know if we can go back there. I was like, you can drop me off. So I'd be like, either way I win. I'm like, yeah, take me. Get me the fuck out of here. It's fine with me. or like I'm gonna get some great fucking pictures and like expose some shit. So either way, I'd be cool with it. Those orange fucking orbs, and you've seen one, right? You saw the one, didn't you? The orb through your sunroof for your car. Can you hear us now? Eek, can you hear us? Check.
Now you aren't. Now I can hear you. You guys have been like breaking up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Didn't you see an orb when you were driving down the highway?
Yeah, because I didn't really have a name for it, man. And then I was talking to you, and you're like, you saw an orange orb.
And it was orange, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Braxton described it like the end of a cigar, like that vibrant, deep orange.
It looked like a fireball coming at me. Crossways, went right over me just about.
Yeah.
But as it got closer, it had like a pink kind of hue to it. But at first I'm thinking like fireball, because a friend of mine caught some kind of fireball on his phone dancing around. He sat there and videoed it for like a half an hour, but he showed me it. And when I first saw it, that's what I'm thinking. But as it got closer, it looked pink. And it just, like it was on a wire, man. Straight. Same speed, didn't change, didn't go up and down, didn't, just straight across, right over the highway. Yeah, it went like 50, 60 feet up in the air. Just went right on.
Yeah.
It was
What about you, Wookie or Tashi? You seen this before?
No.
It's not common, but there's enough reports where it ain't bullshit. I mean, when people they film the shit. It's usually in the woods, though. Usually it's in the woods. It's usually not like in the middle of the day in a field. It's like always in the woods at night or something like that, where most of them are. You know what I mean? Like Vichy and Braxton's, that was in the woods at night. Because I remember Braxton, he said, and this is how I know it's true, because he said, he's like, we're at the fire, and Vichy's being a dumbass, loud and drunk and shit. And he's like, I saw what I thought was a guy holding a lit cigar walking down a hill. Because I saw this deep orange glow, but he's like, either this guy's really close or that's a big cigar, because that's a big glow. That's a big, But he said that was the first thing he thought of, is the end of a glowing cigar, that deep orange. And he said it was moving down like it was going down a hill. Well, he didn't realize, but that was it floating, And he said he thought it was a guy, like, shit, we're on his property or someone and we're going to get in trouble. You know what I mean? And then he's like, then he looked closer, and he's like, he just saw this. And he said it was like the size of a basketball, a little bit smaller. It was just small.
Yeah.
And then Vichy sees it, and it's like, what the fuck is that? And he goes like running after it, and it like disappears, and then it appears over here. And Braxton said that's what it was doing. It was like here, and Vichy go run after it, and then would disappear and be over here. So Vichy. And then the other thing that was weird is I asked him, I said, okay, hold on. So Vichy drank a whole bottle of tequila. And they're like, pretty much, yeah. I said, okay, so we know how drunk you got to be, right? Vichy's smaller than me. He's smaller than me. Okay, he's a little fucking skinny guy. A bottle of tequila, and that motherfucker, he probably, I can't even believe he remembered this night. That's how drunk he was. At night, the woods doesn't have deer paths, trails, nothing. They have the campfire clearing, and then it's solid woods. Now think about this. Vichy was running so fast, the other two couldn't keep up with him. They literally lost sight of him. So he's drunk, running full speed at night in a thick forest. Braxton said Braxton's a big dude, 6'1", fucking 300 pounds.
Tree branches.
He said he was stepping over tree branch, the foliage and branches and all this shit. He said he was like climbing shit over. And I'm like, so Vichy's running like the wind through that.
Didn't hit shit.
And I'm like, Vichy, what do you remember? What do you remember seeing? He's like, yeah, man, it was like I was on a path. I was like, really? Like you're on a path? Like a path, like a little, he's like, it was like a little narrow path. I'm like, did you have to go around trees? He's like, no, come to think of it, it was like just straight. I said, this is what I think. I think.
Yeah.
I said, I think you were half here, half there, man.
Yeah.
You were like a ghost, Vichy. I said, I think you were like, these things were fucking starting to like shift with you in another dimension. And you were able to run like a fucking ghost through the woods, like through shit, to get to it. I seriously think he was like half here and half gone. maybe because he also was drunk, it was easier for them to do this. You know what I mean? Because he's so drunk, he has no defenses. And so maybe they could start to like bait him into the fucking ethereal fucking plane or something. And say, okay, we got one. We about got him.
Yep.
Let's just keep leading him in. Because Braxton said, he said they lost sight of him. He ran so fast. And Braxton said, I'm like climbing over shit and pushing branches and shit away and trying to run. He's like, I couldn't even jog. And he's like, my friend was way behind me. He couldn't keep up with me. And he's like, we lost sight of these shit. He just like through the woods. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, if you've been out in the woods at night, even with a full moon or something.
And I said, you didn't trip and fall once, run into a tree? No, he said there was no trees. He's like, it was like I saw like this little narrow path. I'm like, I mean, isn't that weird? It's like every little, it's like none of this makes sense. But they both told the exact same story. And they're not the type, I mean, you know, they may exaggerate when it comes to being drunk and chicks and shit like that. But shit like this, they're going to exaggerate. And especially when the other friend never talked about it again and say, I don't want to talk about these guys. And they tried to. The dude, man, wasn't that weird that night, man? Wasn't that weird? Yeah.
That's usually a good indicator when one of them's like, no, I'm not talking about this.
So I was just like, this is the fucking craziest story. I've actually been told by a person, firsthand experience with this orange fucking orbs that I've heard hundreds of stories on coast to coast of everyone all over the goddamn place talking about these orange fucking orbs. I'm like, right here in North Carolina, here's two friends of mine that experienced it. Wow.
That's weird, man.
So that's all I got. Crazy times.
Yeah. Yeah, that one I saw, that was pretty interesting, I gotta say. It was I did not expect to see that. Driving right, I mean, there were other cars and stuff around too. I would have stopped if there hadn't been any other cars.
Right.
Just to get a good look at it. But yeah.
What's up, B-Dog?
B-Dog in the chat.
Cousin B-Dog.
It was interesting.
The Hobbit clan. The Wookiee Hobbit clan. Cousin, third cousin, second cousin.
Nephew.
Right.
That's awesome. Oh man. Well, I don't know. What do you think, guys? It's after 10. So I think it's been 2 hours because I started like 8:45. 8:45.
Hour and
a half.
Hour and a half.
Wookie, I'm surprised you're not yawning and passing out yet. Usually by now you are.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
He didn't have to sit through some other podcast before this one where he was sleeping.
Oh, is that what it is? Were you on one earlier like usual?
Yeah, I was with Bunny.
That's what I thought.
A couple hours ago, yeah.
Must have
3 hours ago. Yeah.
Yeah, you usually have that and then you come here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, again, if you ever I won't take it personally if you skip here because you're burnt out from that one or something. I get it because a stream back to back kind of sucks. Like I don't think I'd do it. So all right, well we won't do this much longer, but if Vulcan is still in the room, I think he is. I actually have a question for Vulcan and Tashi. This whole thing that we're thinking about doing this fall, this whole live stream D&D experience kind of shit. Eek is in for sure. In fact, I've already started working shit out. Wednesday night, Eek and I talked on the phone for 5 straight fucking hours. And I have to say, EK was awesome as shit because he was like an assistant DM. We were figuring out where we left off 30 years ago, mind you. He has the notes from 30 fucking years ago. And he's like,
not all,
taking pictures. And it's just yellow paper, line paper, and pencil. Right. But where we left off playing 30 years ago. And that's where we're kind of picking from and saying, okay, what's happened? How much time has passed? Anyways, for 5 hours, EK helped me piece this together and figure out get us up to date and say, okay, this is what's going on now, and this is the area, and let's go from here. So he's in for sure. I just want to know. I know Tashi, you said you played once and it sucked. I guarantee this will be cool.
I'll tell you that story sometime if you want.
Yeah, man. Hey, tell us sometime. But if you're up for trying it, like I said, you don't even have to commit to it. But if you're up for trying it, let me know, and I'll have you on with Eek. You'll be starting first night. But we have to roll up your character basically. But again, if you're cool with it, I think, and I'll give you wiggle room, you can do, but I think you should basically try to play yourself with that whole background experience of the military.
That's what I would do anyway.
And I figure you kind of have that little jaded edge to you, but I'll work with you. But you will basically have an advantage as a character if you do that, because what I'll do is I'll make you an alliance soldier. And the alliance of the sword is basically like equivalent to the U.S. military in this realm. It's the big, they got all the fucking shit. So you would have like alliance armor, alliance crossbow if you want a crossbow. Because again, I like this whole sniper thing, the sharpshooter thing. Basically it transfers you to being an archer class. Archers can use bows or crossbows.
No shit. That one time when I did play D&D, the one thing that my DM wasn't a massive prick about was that he let me make up my own class. And the class I chose was sniper.
Nice.
Well, for us it would just be an archer, but you'd be trained in crossbow instead of longbow. Because people think archer, they think like Robin Hood with a bow. It's like, no, crossbows are fucking long range weapons.
I know in real life longbows are better than crossbows, but in D&D crossbows are better.
Well, and I'm going to give you a cool one because it's fantasy, so I can say, well, we're just going to tweak reality a little bit and make this really extra cool for you. So I would give you like this long range badass fucking crossbow that's military issued, and you'd have military uniform, which is fun for me because I get to design the fucking uniform, the type of armor, which is really cool. You would kind of be starting off with like a cooler character than a normal one. So if you're up for it, let me know, because you would be you would fit in the opening story perfectly. I've already figured out. I was like hoping you'd do this. I'm like, oh, I hope he does, because I know exactly how it will come in. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean,
it won't be until October. It'll probably be fucking October.
Yeah.
So if you're still up for it, then I'll probably talk to you in September and say, hey, if you're up for it, we got to work on your character, because you know how to do it. You're familiar with that, right? You got to roll.
Exactly, yeah.
It's easy. Even if you had never done it before, I would say we'll teach you. It's easy. It's not that hard. So,
I actually made a character twice, because there was a second time where another guy I knew in the army was like going to play D&D with me, so we made new characters, and then that just never ended up happening. So I've done it twice. I remember it being pretty basic.
You're familiar with it, and that's a huge help if you're familiar with it versus someone who's.
I've played what was that video game from like 2003? Neverwinter Nights.
Oh shit, dude, that's online D&D, man.
Yeah,
so
I've played a lot of that. Yeah,
you're familiar. You know what the fuck you're doing. You'll be easy. Okay. Well, like I said, if you're in, that'd be awesome as shit, because I have the perfect place for you at the start of the game. Because basically, it's going to start with Rex at his home, his ranch. It's in Colorado, by the way, and based on Colorado. Everything's based on reality, but it's just named differently. But that's where we start. But then he's going to have a visitor or two, and big surprise, that visitor or two would be you. Vulcan is the other guy I'd like to come in, because I think Vulcan, now since you're here, Vulcan, talk to me, brother. Vulcan, you've played before, right? I was under the impression he played, right? I'll wait for Vulcan to answer. But I thought Vulcan had played before. And Vulcan, if you have played before, do you want in on this shit? Because if you want in on this shit, all right. But you have experience in this, right, Vulcan? If you don't, you're still in. But if you do have experience, it'll help. It'll be a time saver because you'll be familiar. We don't have to explain as much to you.
Did you contact Abby, Kurt?
No. Abby hasn't been around, man. He hasn't been hanging out.
Yeah.
So
he's talked about when you were talking about it originally.
Yeah.
He was on a stream with us. He's
I'm open for part-time players, as in if Abby isn't like able to do every weekend kind of thing, because I know, he like I said, he comes and goes. Yeah. That's cool. You could always like pop in for one session as a helper kind of character or whatever. I don't know, so I can talk to Abby next time he's on and is around to talk. But yeah, Vulcan, You know how this shit works, right? I bet if he's played, yes, it's been a while, but okay, so he knows what the fuck he's doing. All right, Vulcan, if you want in, that's cool because you will be with Tasha. You'll be the two visitors that visit Eek. And I hate to talk about this because it's like ruining it for it because I'm like, but this is how you got to do it. It's like, okay, well, I can't surprise you guys. Surprise! Come on, Tasha, you're up. Start talking. Surprise! I have to. This is the whole plan. Okay. So what my idea is. So yeah, you do. So Vulcan, you're fine. You got the experience you want. Yeah, I know, but unfortunately, it's necessary spoilers to set up this. The way I'm doing this is Tatashi is basically he's set. We just got to roll him up now. We got his name, we got his clap, fucking everything. It looks like him, all that cool shit. Done. Vulcan is the one I'm not sure about. I knew he was military. I told you I'm good like this, Eek. I'm good at fucking sensing people. And I had a sense Vulcan was military. Also, it doesn't matter at all, Vulcan. But I also sense that you're like older than me or us here. It doesn't. You don't even have to admit it. But I sense you were like older than us. Is that right or wrong? I bet you I'm right. You also said you have long hair, Vulcan. So I'm picturing a guy with long gray hair, and if that's the case, that'll be fucking cool as shit. Because I got the perfect character for you. I already talked to Eek about it. I already talked to Eek about it. Here's a thought, Vulcan. If it's not gray, you could always gray for D&D.
I won't carded. Yeah, I'm running out of gray hair dye. You know,
if you have dark hair, I won't argue if you feel like bleaching your hair a whitish gray for the game. Oh damn! I pictured you being older.
He's like an experienced 39, though.
No, he's younger than us, though. Fuck. No, that's actually cool. Honestly, Vulcan, let me tell you, I thought you were like 65, to be honest. 65? I thought you were like, yeah, I thought he was an old guy.
Well, you can't even think that if he was in Iraq during the war.
I'm the oldest one on the stream right now.
Right. Well, again, I didn't know he was in Iraq during the war. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he had to be like a colonel or something.
For some reason, he just seems older. So I thought, and like I said, there's in the whole indie comic scene, there's a lot of old guys.
Kurt, just because he's technologically challenged and doesn't have a camera doesn't mean he's old.
I feel like I'm in my seat. Maybe that's why. See, you're acting like you feel. I hear you. Anyways, Vulcan. Again, so here's my idea for you, Vulcan. Here's my idea for you, and you tell me. But I'm thinking the type of character that, if you're cool with playing, it would fit perfectly. I'm thinking Paladin, because Paladin is basically equivalent to a Crusader, and I know. You're a very religious guy, Vulcan. So that transfers to Paladin in D&D, which is basically a holy fighter, right? I don't think we've ever had a Paladin in the group before. So it'd be fun as shit for me because it's like, wow, this would be kind of a new character to DM. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We had Casey for a little while, but he didn't get that far. So
he kind of, he was kind of rookie.
Yeah. He wasn't a very good Paladin.
He wasn't a very good Paladin. He was like a boring Paladin.
Right.
He was good. Yeah. He stayed good, but he was kind of like a boring Paladin. I'm picturing Vulcan more of the like warrior type, like Paladin, who already has a couple scars. You know what I mean? He's been a little battle hard. But that's just my thought, Vulcan. If you want in, I would say it'd be cool if you were cool playing a Paladin. Let's roll you up a cool fucking Paladin. And go from there, because again, I'm kind of the way this works best, the way I do it, and you can ask Eek for example, is we kind of try to make it very similar to you yourself, right? Where it's like you as a person are simply born and raised in this time. Perfect. That's a yes. All right. Eek, we're set, motherfucker.
Yeah, he likes the Paladin.
I just told friends tonight, I said, I don't know if either one's going to do it. I said, all I need is one of them. I hope both of them. And I hope they're cool with playing this character and this character, because if they are, it fits perfectly like a puzzle into what I'm fucking working on here. So I appreciate it, both you guys. We are fucking good to go with green light. So hopefully come October, we will fucking start this. I already have the whole first session figured out. I'm already getting I already have the terrain photographs from Colorado found. Big fucking pictures of the area, geographic areas that I got from Google Earth. That's like, oh, this location here. Okay, well, let's see what the fuck is there. And there's 50 fucking pictures I go through. And I find, oh, this one's cool. There's no fucking farmland or towers or modern day shit. It's just
Kurt, a few weeks ago you sounded like one of the Bobs from Office Space.
What's that?
You were like, if, and this is a big if. Not saying it's gonna happen.
Well, I've had a lot of time to think.
He's got like a stack of material like that.
I've had a lot of time to think.
Now.
Yeah, I've had a lot of time to think last few weeks, and like I said, I've told you this, Steve. We've talked about this. I've said I'm actually looking for a disadvantage or some downside to this, and I can't find a single one. And I'm actually hunting. I'm like, there's no way this can go this smoothly. There has to be some downside, some catch. No, there's nothing. I can't find anything.
Yeah, internet connection.
It's all
right. Yeah, my internet.
Yeah, actually, there you go. Like technology is about it. But it all seems cool because again, it's interactive. I'm actually hoping even any audience, any chat can help too, because they can kind of say is this boring, cool, or if there's a decision needs to be made, they can kind of weigh on. Then I even thought the whole voting thing, like repost a little fucking what is that thing, Wookiee in chat, where it's like a little vote thing, like. You know what I mean?
Oh, a poll?
Like a poll. Yeah. Post a poll like, oh, do you think they should go this direction? I think they should go this direction.
Yeah, just don't let them pick what creature shows up, because there's going to be a dragon every fucking time.
Yeah, it'll be a Type 4 demon, of course. But
right, yeah, exactly.
I think it can be interactive, and I think it could be even more interactive if we really keep going with this. Because not only is it like the four of us, would be live and stuff, but if you have people in the chat, they can kind of help too. You know what I mean?
I'm going to be a star.
Maybe. Like I said, I already got stuff figured out. I've been doing hours and hours and hours of research and planning for this whole setup. And I think, and that's why like Vulcan and Tashi is an alliance, sniper basically, and a paladin would work perfect in this situation, and you'll figure out why once we actually start playing. I don't want to tell you anymore, but that's how we'd start. Is Vulcan and Tashi are together, and I will explain all this shit to you guys before we start. You know what I mean? I'll say, okay, this is why you're doing this. This is why you're here. This is how long it took, and this is how you two know each other, and blah 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 blah. But it's like when you play and when the two of you actually meet, then it's kind of like, okay, it's all you guys. I ain't doing shit. And then it's up to you guys to interact. See what I'm saying? And then that's how this goes. It's like, okay, well, whatever you do and decide, and then it leads to this and it leads to this. So anyways, like all the shit, I actually have the illustrations. I have each character drawn. I have his fucking war dog drawn, which is based on his dog in reality. You see how I do shit? I take shit in reality and I just transfer it into this time. It's so fucking easy.
That was an awesome picture, by the way.
Yeah, I thought of showing it tonight, but I'm like, nah, I ain't showing. I'm showing one thing tonight.
My wife was even like, "Is that zero?"
Yeah, because I'm already starting to get little images and illustrations, and like I said, I've got 3 photos of the terrain in Colorado.
I mean, you're on a mission from God.
Yeah, but I'm like, no, I'm not showing them. I'm saving it for when we play because I don't want to fucking spoil any more than I'm doing already. But I've already got visual aids. With any luck, Vichy is not full of shit because Vichy offered, when I told him this, it's Vulcan's
a couple
fault,
months ago.
It's Vulcan's
back when you were saying this is a big what if.
Yeah, when Vulcan was one, I was like, won't you fucking do D&D live stream? And he's like, yeah. Jumps on like a hungry fucking wolf. And I'm just like, are you fucking insane? D&D, you want to fucking play D&D?
He's like my D&D. Wife, if I tell her something, she doesn't believe me. But if somebody else says something, she's like, yeah.
So I blame Vulcan. I blame Vulcan in UK. But anyway, so I mentioned it to Vichy. He had coincidentally called like a couple of days later, and I said, we were talking about this thing, and I'm like, what do you think? I told him, he's like, I'm in. I'm like, dude, I haven't even decided. Dude, I want. What do you think? He's like, dude, I'll be bad. Fuck. He's like, fuck yeah. And I was like, well, it's 2 hours on a Saturday night or Sunday or whatever. Yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool. Okay. Well, so anyways, what Vichy wants to do, what I want Vichy to do, is I want him to play music, soundtrack music, mood music through the 2 hours, right? So he does the music. He even offered to do sound effects. Now, the more I think about it, I don't think we need to do a ton of sound effects. But it was that thing like where it's like, okay, well, when you guys are riding your horses, you could have the sound of horses galloping and what?
Kurt, you can have him recreate the running scene from his experience.
Yeah. But I'm like, he could do little sound effects if he wanted to, to make it better. But the important part is the music, because Ike remembers this. When we played D&D, we always had the goddamn CD player just constantly. Everyone's
now we got to worry about the copyright infringement.
Well, that's the only thing. And so, but see, Vichy is a composer. And so his job would be to compose original background music for us for here's your late night camp hanging out, drinking at night shit. Here's your riding your horses across the country theme. Here's your fucking battle theme. Here's your really badass battle theme. Here's the Eek gets his head cut off theme. That kind of thing. And so
from Monty Python.
Be here. I'll be heard. I was trying to see if he's listening, but didn't hear. Did you hear Eek? You didn't hear my comment?
I can hear you now.
I said I was going to have Vichy do do the battle theme and then the really hardcore battle theme and then the theme where Eek gets his head cut off theme. And
well, see, I got a plan to avoid that. As soon as anybody shows up at my house, I'm chopping their heads off.
There you go.
But anyways, so Vichy, like I said, I hope Vichy is not full of shit, and he does do it because it would be a huge help. Because music adds so much to this shit when you're playing. Because we're talking, so you can't have the music too loud because you got to hear us. And this will be interesting because we're used to being in person, not all this shit, microphones and headphones and crap. So it'll be interesting to see how this music shit works. Like if Vichy can actually make cool fucking music, if it can work, if it can last 2 hours while we play, et cetera, et cetera. There's all this extra shit. But basically, I think it'd be really cool because it's live. We have this dice rolling program we're going to fuck around with tonight.
Of course, we got to tweak it.
Well, that's a funny thought. I mean, hey, if some chick
dice
volunteers,
idea,
I'm all
I
for
think
it.
was pretty awesome.
But the rolling the 20-sided dice is
man, you guys are breaking up again.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of freeze frame. I didn't open up any programs either.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Right. No, it's been on and off all night. But sunspots or something.
Hey, Kurt.
Yeah.
Hey, Kurt, I'm going to have to take off.
That's cool.
Oh,
I figured.
But
well, you stuck around for 2 hours, Wookie. I'm impressed.
2 hours.
Thanks, bro.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Well, good seeing you, Wookie.
No, it's good being on with you guys. Good seeing you guys.
Glad everything's going all right there. And
yeah,
man.
Fine.
I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try for every weekend, but some weekends are just not. If I'm like, you know what, no, fuck this. I ain't gonna do this.
Yeah, no.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I'm doing it or not. So, but yeah, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Eek and Tashi. Have a good one, everybody.
Hey, too.
And we'll see you next week, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All righty.
Take it easy, brother. Later. Yeah, so anyways, that's kind of what I want to do. And so I want to check. I probably won't do it tonight because it's been 2 hours, but there's this like little website platform called Roll20 that everyone uses for this as a dice roller for online gaming shit. And I haven't checked it out yet, but it's free, it's easy to use, blah 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 blah. So I want to check it out. But it seems like everything would work. Like we'd be able to fucking do it. We do 2 hours because that's enough time, I've got all these
too much.
Yeah, I'll have photographs, my drawings, and AI enhanced drawings for visual aids, along with maps. We've got overhead maps. There's going to be a ton of fucking visual aids. So
is
you
my
guys
portrait going to be my wanted poster?
Well, I will probably do another portrait of you. I think at first we'll use your wanted poster, but then what I'll do, like I did with EK, is I'll make a AI adjusted, enhanced picture of your character, more like full body, because the wanted poster is like your chest up, and you can tell in the wanted poster the armor is kind of cool. There's some shit to it. It's not boring, you know what I mean? But I'd like a more full body picture of you, so you see your crossbow and your armor and whatever. But again, it's just that's later on when we actually start playing. And the same with Vulcan. Do a character card for Vulcan, how the fuck he looks. So yeah, I want all you guys. You would see how you look. We figure out your fucking horses, what kind of horses, and that's like you guys. Whatever the fuck you want, you tell me. Whatever color and breed and shit. All that shit. Again, I try to give you guys a lot of room, but I kind of try to fit you into the setting, right? So that you're not doing some crazy character like a gay illusionist with fucking rainbow hair. I'm like, no, I think we're not going to do that. But you know what I mean? If you're cool with the type of characters you play, then that fits in perfectly, especially with the story, because I started working this story out over a month ago, man. I mean, I was like, oh, this could be fucking fucked up cool. And so I started figuring out and all this crap and working with EK. And I'm like, this is going to be perfect. This is going to fucking just be perfect. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm glad that Vulcan and Tashi are in, because I really didn't know. Like Tashi, but hold on, like Tashi, but older and without that sweet beard. Well, that's cool. So we'll have. So actually, Jesus Christ, for once he could be the odd man out, because you got 3 long hairs. You got 3 long hairs.
Is my character still gonna have long hair?
Yeah. Okay?
It hasn't been that long, so
no. Here, I'm gonna have to. I'll find it here. I'll do a spoiler alert. We'll fucking.
And by the way, Kurt, I just figured out what my problem was here tonight. I had a VPN on that was interfering, I think.
Oh, that'll.
I just turned it off, and I'm like, oh, it's good. So
yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, dude, that's why I'm a little nervous about this whole online role playing shit, because I've got StreamYard going, and then we'll have this Roll20 platform going, but it's just it's basically just a website. It shouldn't fuck with shit too much.
Right.
But the more shit you have going on, then you could have interference.
Slow things down.
Yeah. Can you see this? Can you guys see this? Or no?
I can see that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see it?
I see it.
I see it now.
All right. So this is
who is that handsome fella?
Who's that handsome bastard? This is Zeke. This is literally from a photograph. This is AI. And that's actually, it's a composite. I drew this character card like in fucking long time ago.
Long time ago. Yeah.
And then with his photograph and my drawing, I gave it to AI and I said, okay, use this shit as the reference and make it, try to make it as realistic and photorealistic as possible. Make him look like the photograph in this pose. And it did an amazingly good job. Now, I did kind of have to fix some shit and touch some shit up. It took a couple hours. But overall, I was very fucking happy with this. So this is Zeke's character. He is a gladiator. And again, he's got a history because he played a good year or two, right? What, 2 years, 3 years? A while, actually.
A couple, 3 years, yeah.
So all this shit means shit. All this stuff means stuff. And it, we'll explain it as we play. But this is the kind of shit we're looking at when it comes to the character card thing. So hopefully Tashi eventually will get one of these, and Vulcan will get one of these too. But that's just an idea of, this is a combination of my drawing, a photograph of his face, and AI. And when you combine it, this is what you get. So I think it seems pretty fucking cool. But
everything seems like the kind of thing you would draw.
What's that?
Something about it even seems like the kind of thing you would draw.
Well, you know what? I'll try to, let me see if I have the original. Because the original is, you can tell it's by drawing, and it's old. It's like, Jesus Christ, the drawing's like 25, 30 years old. But it's this. It's just that it's made with, it's like markers. It's like pen and ink and markers. Okay, well, there you go. Each showing the original.
Yeah.
I'll see if I.
That's cool.
Shot of it.
It's man, I
did like the cloak that you drew better than that one.
I noticed that too, Week. You're right. I like my cloak
because
better.
it looks like chainmail or something, and that's not what it was.
The AI interpreted that cloak. Oh, here it is, as chainmail and not Dracolic scales. Can you see that?
Yeah. Your cloak was definitely a lot better.
It's because it's a reptilian scale cloak. It's what resistance is it? Like
acid
resistant.
Yeah.
Because was it a Dracolic? What was that?
Yeah. Their breath weapon is acid.
So its hide, its skin is acid resistant. So he skinned the fucking thing and made a cloak.
Took a wing. Yeah, it's part of the wing.
And so that has the texture. But again, you can see how it, it's I guess I don't know if I can enlarge this or not. I don't fucking know. You get the fucking idea. But this is the drawing and the date. Christ, what did it say? 97, 96, something. I don't know. It's late 90s.
Before I was born.
There you go. So you're looking at some very dated artwork. But again, you see,
on that one.
I love what the AI did, but I literally fed it this drawing with a photograph of Eek and said, do your stuff. And it did. But I did still have to.
That's 92.
Ooh, 92. Shit.
92.
I did have to touch up some stuff and fix some. There was about 2 to 3 hours work I put into this after the AI was done. Just to let you know, Eek, it took a while to fucking do this. But I was happy with the final because again, that's my drawing. And it's okay, cool. But to me, I'm like, this fucking sucks. One, it's old as fuck, and I could do so much better now. But you get the point across. It worked back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'm like, well, I can upgrade this shit. So this is what we got now. So anyways, this is how it works, gentlemen. So yeah, I am so fucking happy that you two are on board.
It's just going to be kind of like this, like a few hours on a Saturday night.
2. We're going to try for 2 hours on 100%, Saturday night.
Yeah. Unless something wild changes in my life.
And I know, dude, there'll be schedule conflicts, and that's cool. We just fucking bump it to the next weekend. But what the plan is we'll and all this will be set, like we'll probably have 2 or 3 or 4 prep live streams. Eek will be back. He's just glitching out.
All right.
We'll probably have 2 or 3 or 4 live streams because I want to actually do a live stream of like rolling up your character and making your character. I think that'd be fun. Any audience who's into this shit, I think will like that because it shows you the process of how we create your fucking character, and so that would be cool. And the same with Vulcan. We'll have a live. Now, if we can do them both in the same live stream, cool. But character creation usually takes a bit of time. It doesn't take 10 minutes. It usually takes a fucking hour or so. It's kind of, you know what I mean?
I'm glad you say that because that's about how long it takes for me to make a character in Neverwinter Nights.
It is. It's like Eek. How many sheets is your character? 3, 4?
With all my stuff. Yeah, 3 or 4.
We get pretty detailed because it's like you have your personal traits, as in your body, all that shit.
I wrote down a lot of stuff. I wrote down a lot of stuff I didn't have to.
But then your skills, you're going to be, you get bonuses for your crossbow, you get bonuses for this, and blah 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 blah. Then it's like, okay, now let's talk about your armor, weapons, and equipment, and that's fun as fuck. I love that part because that's what all the shit is.
It's pretty detailed. Yeah,
every little fucking pouch to every. Oh, I have a fucking a bugbear ear hanging on the corner of my boot. We're writing that down, man, because you could lose it. If you were like rolling down a hill, it could fucking fly off, and now you lost your bugbear ear. It's just stupid shit like this. You know what I mean? Like all that shit. And then what's in your packs, and that's fun because you need water, you need rations. Do you want wine or do you want beer? Do you have any fucking money? Do you have any personal items? You have a fucking Lucky Charm? You have a rabbit's foot? Like what the fuck do you have? That's the shit that's all on the equipment and stuff.
And equipment on your horse too.
Yeah, and then you have your horse. And so remember, the horses are I think like the lifeline of the character of the game. Because not only is it like it's kind of like an SUV. Not only is it portable and safe, but it's also it can be a protector, like Ika's a war horse, so the thing actually attacks as well as keeps
does all kinds of stuff, man.
Does all sorts of shit, but it holds extra shit. So if you want an extra weapon or two, or extra this or extra that, that's what those fucking saddlebags are for. I think a horse is probably the most valuable thing a character would have in the game. I mean, think about it. You know what I mean?
Kurt, who had one named As Good as Dead? Was that Marco or Kalar? One of them had a horse named As Good as Dead because they kept getting their horses killed.
It did suck. Man, when your horse dies, I'm going to try to prevent that as much.
Right?
It sucks. It's like,
I got a horse, so I don't have to carry all this shit.
Is he gonna ride on whose horse is he gonna ride in the back of until we get another horse?
Who's gonna haul all my shit?
Yeah, where's all this shit? It's such a pain in the ass. It's like the only thing worse than a character's horse dying is when the fucking character dies, because it's like, God damn it. Now we gotta do this whole resurrection shit, and that sucks. So I really try to say, guys, use your fucking head, which is why I'm like, imagine this is you in a dark underground tunnel with only a torch. You know what I mean? Like, what would you do? You wouldn't go running down, charging like a hero. You'd be like, this sucks. Should we even do this? Should we be here? It's like
I got a bad feeling about this.
Why are we doing this? Is it worth it? You think this? You know what I mean? What's this fucking map say? Where's this treasure pile supposedly? You know what I mean? Just be fucking real. Just use your head. You know what I mean? That's all I say. So, and you'll probably fucking live.
We still going to be using luck points too?
Fuck yeah. You'll need them for my DMing. Are you shitting me?
Yeah,
I'm
that's why I was asking. Because
I root for you guys. I try to. I really try. I try not to be one of these DMs like Tashi probably had. Sounds like.
How often did they roll over? Was it once a month?
Once a month. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Anywhere from I think we did anywhere from 10 to 12 points a month, or 9 to 10. It was not like you roll 12-sided dice, right? Yeah. If you get 12. Under 9, I say roll over. Basically, you keep rolling until you get 9, 10, 11, 12. So you have 9 to 12 luck points a month. If you use them all, they reset in a month. That's how we do that.
Is this something you made up or attack too?
You know what's funny? Yeah. I made it up, but then it became a fucking actual rule.
Did it really?
Oh, luck points!
One of the next generations.
We made it up, and it started as a Dragon Magazine article. I found it a couple years later. Remember Dragon Magazine? Because Dragon Magazine would always publish these articles for all this extra shit for the game. And then we'd have to find the page in the article. Well, and then they would take that, and if they thought it was cool, they would put it in the next book and in the next version. So luck points, they eventually brought that into the game, which I think is cool as shit. It's a very heroic thing. Oh, he got lucky. That sword just missed his head by an inch. It's think about Indiana Jones.
Jones luck.
Jones luck, man. In fact, we dubbed it Jones luck.
Jones luck.
It's like Indiana Jones's luck, That's fucking fun shit when you have to use luck to deduct the fucking Minotaur axe coming at your head to decapitate you. You know what I mean?
Or to help you score a headshot or something.
Or if you want a bullseye. Yeah, if Vishi's Tashi Vishi. If Tashi wants to use a luck point to try to fucking slam a fucking long ass shot in the head of some fucking badass riding on a horse. Okay, well, if you roll your luck, this is going to help big time. Maybe it'll work. That's cool. He just made a shot at 200 yards and hit him in the head, whatever, on horseback as he's in a fucking tree. You know what I mean? It's like little shit like that can just make it so much more cool. But all that character shit we'll figure out. But like I said, I think it'd be cool to live stream rolling up your characters, Tashi and Vulcan. And then I'll probably have another live stream prepping, giving you guys the whole feel of what the fuck we're doing, of the setting, of how things work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like how you and Vulcan are know each other and what you guys do and how it's going to lead to this and blah, blah. Like this whole setup, maybe 2 or 3 live streams of the setup. Then we'll probably have a test run where we'll see if Vichy shows up with the fucking music. We'll see how, if it's glitchy, we'll see if Eek is fucking crashing every 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like, we'll just do a little test run and say, okay, how's this go? You know what I mean? If it goes more or less smoothly, then we'll have the official, episode 1, session 1 of this thing. And I already have, I think I've posted this before, but I'm so proud of this fucking picture. I'm going to show you guys again. I have the,
yeah, I'm still impressed. Oh,
yeah. You see this?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the billboard, the thumbnail, whatever the fuck you want to call it, for what we'd be doing. So as you can see, it's still between demons and angels. So the info you guys have from the books applies to this. So it's kind of like a little background information for you. You have a little bit of an edge, right, that other people wouldn't, simply because you have the books. And this includes intervention too, because intervention is in the same fucking, world and all that shit. So the books are integrated into this role play situation as well. And the world is called Aentia, and that's in the books. If you need a reminder, just read the inside cover of any book and it explains all this shit. But yeah, the whole dark fantasy role playing experience, because it's not just role playing, because I want all of these visuals, the music, possible sound effects, all this extra shit involved, and it's live. It really, if you think about it, it's a lot of cool shit that could happen for 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's how I see it. So it's like, okay, this is cool. So I'm hoping if we can officially launch that, then that'll be, I'll make a fucking opening trailer for every episode, That'll be interesting. I may need actually help. I may need like your guys' input for that, because we're dealing with live people now. So will I have pictures of you guys in it, or what, your characters, or are your photos going to morph into your character? I don't know. We'll figure that out in 5 months. But I want an opening trailer, for the episodes. And then so that we don't get burned out, but yet we can still have constant live streams, is we'll have the session where we play for 2 hours, right? The next week, we don't play, we talk about it, right? The next week's live stream, we say, okay, well, let's cover the do's and don'ts of shit. How did last weekend go? We'll talk about this and the good and the bad and all this good stuff. And what are your thoughts? What direction? What do you think? Like, what do you call it? Like the Talking Dead, right? Like you had the Walking Dead episode.
Yeah.
And after,
Dead, right.
It's exactly the same way.
Yeah.
It's like the following weekend.
That's the first thing I thought of. Yeah. Right. I've never watched that show, but I know what it is.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, dude, I was religious. Sunday nights, that was it. I was like, dude, I ain't talking to anybody. It's like Walking Dead, Talking Dead, and then I fucking go to sleep. So that's what I'd like, is like one weekend playing for 2 hours, next weekend for an hour or two, a recap, talking about shit, ideas, whatever. Next weekend play, just kind of do that. So basically, you're actually only playing, 2 weeks a month. And if you can make the chat streams afterwards, cool, man. But it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like obviously, the game part's necessary. That's what I'm looking at, and I know there's an audience out there. I know there is. The problem is finding them, because here's the catch. And this is this research I've been doing for a month about this shit. There is a professional, and I think we talked about this before. In fact, I think we brought up the website. There's a professional channel on YouTube or wherever called Critical Role. Right? That's named it, right? Critical Role.
Yeah.
And they hire actors and actresses, and it's set, and they have multiple cameras and
big
all
budget for what they're doing. Yeah.
It's a big
budget, right?
But it's them playing live D&D, and I think we watched it that one time, didn't we? And I was actually like,
this played some clips from it. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to really suck on my. Actually, this isn't too bad. But you can tell they're actors and actresses, and it's fucking fake. It's a production. It's like a Hollywood production, man. The other thing,
the thing you're talking about, where it's like you could tell these people aren't actually D&D fans; they just kind of look good on camera.
Yes, actors and actresses.
Oh,
They're most of them, and even they have the credentials. They're voice actors.
Yeah,
they're voice actors for games and TV and all this shit. So, well, that's still an actor. They're still actors. So we're not, obviously. Look at us. You know what I mean? But we're the real fucking deal. We're the players. And to me, the big catch is they're family friendly, right?
Yeah.
You're rated G, rated PG.
Kurt's not going to be family.
You think we're going to be? I hate to tell you. Spoiler alert. So, not only is ours going to be like the hardcore shit, the way it's supposed to be, it's meant to be, because we're dealing with this kind of shit. Swords aren't clean kills. Axes aren't clean kills. You know what I'm saying? You have fucking cleaner kills with bullets sometimes than you would a knife or a sword or an axe or whatever.
I'd say most of the time.
Most of the time, it's messy and just bad. Then let's throw in the kind of fucked up creatures that fucking eat you. Okay, so they hack you until you're dead, and then they keep hacking you apart, and then they roast your ass on a fire, or they just eat you raw. I mean, that's what you're dealing with. That's an everyday life. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Well, these people don't, they don't talk about that. They don't do that. And I'm just like, you're missing the heart and soul of the fucking game. It's a fantasy. It's dangerous. It's deadly. This is why these adventures are so fucking cool, because it's a group of misfits who come together, work together.
Yeah.
And they're like defying the odds and taking all these horrible risks and going into unexplored places and all this fucking crazy shit. And if they're lucky, they fucking get a lot of good money out of it. They're like treasure hunters. It's that simple, treasure hunters. You know?
Yeah.
That's what's fucking cool, man.
Adventurers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my world, they're called travelers, because I hated the term adventurer. It sounded kind of gay.
I was actually going to say that. Adventurer sounds really gay.
A little gay. Well, for me, I like travelers. So you people will be known as travelers. You go to a tavern and all.
I mean, we were mercenaries for a while too.
Well, yeah, mercenaries, hired hands, whatever.
Yeah, we were mercs for a while.
The normal people, the townsfolk, would refer to you guys as travelers. 3 travelers in the tavern that just arrived. Keep an eye on them, kind of thing. It's such a cool thing because it is. It's like you're not like praised and worshipped by people. You're kind of like, I don't know about this. Keep it. They know you're not bad guys.
Yeah.
You're not bad guys, but they're just like, these people aren't used to that. You walk in you have all this armor and weapons and shit and objects and styles that they aren't used to see. You're foreign. You're very foreign, and you're well armed.
And
you know what I mean?
Usually we got some money on us too,
and you got coin, and people know. Well, they didn't like get this coin farming. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you have that whole dangerous, strange, odd, but badass, and you kind of have enough money. It's an interesting mix for people to not like admire and worship you, not necessarily shun you, but to keep an eye on you and be like, okay, well, we'll see how this goes. Maybe we'll make some money off these guys. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know. That's just how I picture, like when you ride into a town, the reaction you're going to get from people. Now, the city guard, of course, they are always keeping their eye on you. Going, I'm going to wait for these fuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
This is going to suck. They'll be able to kick out. We have to bring an extra guard if we want to break up.
They're going to steal something, man.
Yeah, they're gonna wind up causing some trouble tonight. Yeah, dude. And like I said, we're not at a tavern thing yet. And again, unfortunately, this is kind of a trial. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see how this goes. I'm giving it about 2 months. So we'll see how like 4 sessions goes. And if it's cool, if it's fun, if people enjoy it, if we have some interested viewers and stuff, we'll keep going. If you guys want to and stuff. And I'm hoping
to go shopping too.
Yeah, I'm hoping
shopping was one of my favorite
things.
Dude,
towns are my favorite. I would rather DM a town than like a dungeon any fucking day.
You always go to like whoever. You got to go to the leather shop and you got to go to the weapon shop.
It's such a variety. You can have the classic, let's get drunk at a tavern and flirt with the big-titted fucking waitresses, and the bartender probably has all sorts of knowledge and cool stories and rumors, and there's a band playing, and we can just there's so much fucking cool shit you can do in a tavern. It's ridiculous. You can just have an entire session one night just fucking around, meeting people. Oh, there's a shadowy figure in the corner, seems to be watching you guys. Oh fuck, who is this? You know what I mean? It goes on and on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? And then there's the shopping part. Shit. Let's see if they got anything on sale. Maybe there's a fucking better sword. Maybe there's explosive tip crossbow bolts for Tashi or acid tip bolts. Rex, let's see how good that cloak is. I'm going to fire this acid bolt at you and see if it deflects. You know what I mean? That's the kind of stupid shit you do when you're drunk. Hey, let's go back alley and test your cloak. I want to test these bolts. Just stand still.
Right after that, we'll test my Grook, crossbow with the exploding bolts.
Exploding bolts.
See how that works.
Because that's the other fun thing, Tashi, is there's no firearms, gunpowder in the game, but I make up for it by having explosive tipped arrows and bolts. So your badass,
and repeating crossbow,
and that's really rare though.
I got one.
But yours is repeating. But
yeah,
if you get bolts, there can be explosive tip, which is the closest to a gun. I compare it to like a shotgun blast. I mean, so it's like impact explosive. But then there's ones that are like fire, ice, poison, acid, toxic gas. There's all sorts of fun electricity, lightning, fucking
like the sort of shit that's in your book.
Yeah, that's in my book, man. Like I said,
the same kind of.
This is where you guys have an edge.
Actually,
everything in the books is going to be in here. It's just that it's in different locations, but it's the same continent, which is based on North America, which is why it's called Norgeria, and South America is called Sorgeria. You think you can keep that straight, guys? You know what I mean?
Kurt, you could kind of, if you want to tell them about it, the tie-in from my character to the priest in the book.
Oh yeah, real quick.
We figured out
Wednesday night. So Tosh, you got volume. Well, but see, the priest isn't in volume 2.
Yeah, I've only read volume 2.
You got to have volume 1.
Oh.
See, the priest is in volume 1 and an intervention. So Tosh didn't really know. I'm trying to think who would know. Whoever the fuck is volume 1. Anyways, there's a priest.
You've seen clips from it.
Videos. There's a priest in Between Demons and Angels, volume 1 and 2. He's based on Clint Eastwood. He's like a 40-year-old priest who's like Clint Eastwood, and he's kind of one of the main characters, and he is also the bounty hunter in Intervention 15 years earlier. So this character, this priest, he used to be a bounty hunter when he was younger, right? Who's again based on Clint Eastwood, and then once you get Intervention and read it, you'll understand why. But somewhere between there and 15 years later, he goes from a, drinking, cussing, killing bounty hunter to a priest. Okay, why? What happened? Well, obviously that's what Intervention's about. So it ends up where that character for this priest was originally created 30 years ago for a D&D campaign, and I forgot about it. But once we were talking, I'm like, wait a minute. The fucking priest in the books is the priest that I created for Becca. So we figured out that this priest helped with his wife's baby, because his character is married in the game to an ex-madam of a brothel, which is perfect. You know what I mean? So he's married to a madam of a brothel, knocked her up, had a kid with her. The priest helped deliver the kid. Then 2 months later, the priest married them, and then the priest eventually moved on and then wound up in Vegalis, which is where he is in the other books. So we didn't even realize it, but so his character in the game has personal ties with the character in the books, which is a kind of a cool little thing. You know what I mean? It's like
that's when I said that. You were telling me that he was Talon's priest guy or whatever for the church. And I was like, you know what? He probably married us.
I will. Hey, I have the black and white drawing of him. I did back then 30 years ago. He had a big staff with a cross on the top of it, It's in a box behind me. I have to find it, but it is a black and white drawing of that priest, and he's holding a Bible, but he has this big like staff cross on his back, like for his weapon that I gave him. You know what I mean? And he never really did anything. Like I created this character, did this drawing. I think he played a couple times, but nothing really happened, and I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
I brought him back for my books, and I didn't I knew I created him, but I didn't really know the details. And I had no idea that he actually interacted with you and shit in the game. I just thought, oh, this is a cool character. I should flush him out for the books. You know what I mean? It's like, no, he actually technically has a lot of interaction with you. Yeah, I know very well that armor. I've drawn it before. Many characters have worn similar styles of that armor. Vulcan, Talon, this other guy.
Talon.
Yeah, we'll talk about. Like I said, I'm not 100% saying yes, but probably because the other thing about Excalibur is if you watch it, there is a lot of cool fucking armor in that movie.
Yeah,
there is the flawless, perfect, shining silver armor that the knights get once they establish the Knights of the Round Table. But then, if you remember, Lancelot has a different style of armor. Lancelot's silver armor is slightly different style. There's also some badass fucking armor before they become Knights of the Round Table. Remember that shit? It's like
some of the bad guys are wearing gray kind of looking stuff. Yeah,
it's like. They have like these shoulder pads with like these bolted studs. There's just some bad shit. The armor design was fucking amazing. Excalibur. I know of all this shit because Excalibur and Conan the Barbarian were like the only two cool D&D movies we had when we were kids. That was it. Like there was nothing else. Yeah. Well, there was Beastmaster, but you know, we were always watching Tanya Roberts. We weren't caring about anything else.
Right. Yeah.
But
I forgot that was her in that. Yeah.
Yeah. But there is a lot of badass fucking armor in Excalibur. So I mean, you could literally, since we all have the internet now and everything, and if you have the movie, I would say, Vulcan, if you want, grab a screenshot or find something on the internet of a specific type of armor from Excalibur you want, and just fucking send it to me, you know, in a DM or at me in Twitter or whatever. And then if it seems cool, I can fucking do that for sure. Because again, it would be considered plate mail or full plate or whatever, because there are different variations. And I'm a little rusty. I'm gonna have to go over some rules, but their plate mail armor isn't as heavy and armored as it's called full plate. Like full plate is what
their field plate also.
I think so, and
I think that's what Alex had was field plate, and it was white. And I remember us laughing at him.
Yeah, they really broke that shit down to like heavy armor, because we were used to just plate mail, right? Right. Then they came out with the full plate and then field plate, and I'm just like, okay, this is crazy.
You look like a big trash can.
Well, it's just we didn't have characters that really used it. You know, no one wore that shit, so we didn't really. So if you'd want to go with, I would say either full plate or plate mail. You tell me. But again, one is heavier and more armored in a better armor class than the other, but it's heavier. It's more encumbrance.
Slows you down. Yeah.
Movement slows you down. So you know, again, but it's your call, Vulcan. I'm open like that when it comes to your guys' character. If you want something specific, chances are you can fucking get it. I just wanted you guys to have that basic guideline because it would fit perfectly in with what we're doing. And as we play, I think you guys will come to realize how cool it is that Tashi's an Alliance fucking sniper. Vulcan is a religious paladin warrior kind of guy. Eek's this, veteran fucking mercenary gladiator type. It's actually a cool trifecta of fighter types.
Yeah.
Now, the downside is you got no healers, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to rely on fucking herbs. But I told you I'm expanding that, and all sorts of shit I'm adding. I was like there's gonna be more herbs. I told you food and drink are gonna give temporary bonuses for shit. You know, like this certain type of ale, you'll have 10 more hit points for 2-3 fucking hours. I don't know. Food and drink will have effects on you. There'll be a lot more herbs that'll have effects on you. There will be enough shit to help you guys, even without a magic user or a cleric. You know, it's like using the world around you. What do we have to offer? Because magic is rare in this setting of mine. It really is. It's kind of rare. It's around, but it's rare. You can't say, you know what, we need a magic user. Let's go find one. Yeah, good luck. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it is. So you three being fighters, which technically, this will be the fucking first challenge if you think about it. Technically, in a game, they would say you're fucking retarded. No one does that. And I'm like, well, that's how we're going to do it. Because no one ever does it. Of course we have to do this. Because, you know, the whole fighter, thief, cleric, mage thing is a nice, well-rounded campaign. It's like most people don't have a group of just mages or a group of just thieves or whatever. Out of all of them, a group of just fighters technically seems the most realistic and technically seems the most survivable. Like, you're going to have a group of 3 or 4 mages. That'll be really cool for about 1 round, you know, and then when they're all dead in the second round, well, the game's over. You know, okay, so he launches a fireball, he does a lightning bolt, and he's like, okay, cool. And then the next attack, they cut you down because you have 4 fucking hit points each, you know.
Yeah. And no armor. Yeah.
And no armor. You see what I'm saying? So, okay, that doesn't work. Clerics can be cool because they can wear armor and they have healing magic. But that would work. But again, they're not as fighter hardened. They're not as tough as fighters. They don't have as many hit points and all that shit. Thieves, of course, I have a soft spot for that. So a group of thieves would definitely work in my world. We have experience with that, that's for sure. But that's also mixed. There's fighter thieves. Just thieves are kind of weak because thieves are even weaker than clerics. So it's one of those things where it's like, they could be badasses, but if they're in a corner, they're dead. You know, they'll get cut to shreds by fighters and shit. So technically, 3 fighters makes the most sense if you ask me.
I agree.
Especially, what's up?
I agree.
Yeah. And again, if you had like no healing whatsoever, okay, well, what the fuck are they going to? No, dude, there's going to be so many fucking healing herbs, but that's going to be up to you guys to find them. See, you will have to decide to hunt. Where are you going to hunt? Is it safe to look for these? What the fuck does it look like? Well, I know what comfort root looks like. What is this weird orange looking thing? I don't fucking know. Well, try it. Yeah, I mean, that's how. See what I'm saying? There's all the little fucking weird things.
Here, eat this one that's got 3 leaves and tell me how it works.
Eat this fucking red and black mushroom and see what happens. Right. We'll keep an eye on you, Tashi. And so you may have things that can heal you. Fuck, you may have things that do even cooler shit than healing you, or you may have things that make some other ability. I don't know. It's up to you guys to find healing herbs and stuff. And again, but I think adding temporary like bonuses for food and drinks cool as fuck because we never did that before. It's like you're hungry, so you eat this. Okay, well, if you eat a certain type of fucking meat, I don't know, and it gives you an extra 10 hit points for a couple hours, well, then you eat that before you go to battle because you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or if this drink makes you, maybe it adds a point of dexterity to you.
I was about to say dexterity or something. Yeah.
So you're fucking faster. So again, you do that before you are traveling a dangerous cliff or fighting or whatever. You see what I'm saying? All that kind of little food and drink can have these little perks. Plus the fucking herbs and shit you find have healing perks and shit. When you combine that, well, you got all the fucking help you need. You don't have to have a mage or a cleric. It's cool if you do, but you're not fucked without them. And that's where I'm getting at with you 3, is that you 3 fighters can still get help, but you have to kind of find it yourself. You got to hunt for the herbs. You got to figure out what to cook. And that's like I told you about the beer, because of course Rex, long story short, in reality, Rex is addicted to fucking this beer house. What is it called? The beer house, the fucking beer garden, Hofbrauhaus. It's a fucking beer garden, Tashi. He and the wife once a week go to the fucking beer. And it's cool. He sent me pictures. I'm like, dude, if I was there, I'd be there with you. So his character, of course, wants to have a beer garden in the backyard. Me being cool, I said, sure, why not? Okay, so we researched beer gardens and all this shit. And okay, he'll have a beer garden. So I'm like, okay, well, if you're going to have a fucking beer garden, if you're going to make me do this extra fucking work, then you're going to do a little extra work. And you got to figure out the kind of fucking beer you want to brew, what you're going to call it, how is it different from the others, and all this shit. And so, he researched it. You say, this is one of the things we did Wednesday night. It's like, what's the difference between an ale, a lager, and mead? Do you know, Tashi?
I know mead has honey.
Yeah, honey wine. I didn't know that. I thought mead was like Guinness beer, like a thick ale, right? No, it's honey wine. Ale is fucking ale. Is like beer. Lager, what was lager? What was that like?
It's just got different hops or something in it. I can't
is it like would you say it was like darker, thicker, like Guinness kind of is to regular?
A little bit. No, but Guinness really isn't thick. It's actually real watery.
I know that.
Yeah, Guinness is real. It looks thick, but it's actually really watery. There's no carbonation in it.
Okay. But it's stronger. I would say a lager is stronger than an ale, right?
Yeah.
I don't drink alcohol, so I'm not your guy for this.
Well, I'm an ex-alcohol drinker, and I'm a rum guy. If you want to talk pirate rum, I'm all about that. I got fucking stock in that shit. But when it comes to beer, I'm not a beer guy, really. I know I drank it, but I never was really into it. Same with wine. Yeah, I've drank wine and I'm champagne, but I'm not really into it. Eek loves the shit, and that's fucking cool with me because it's very D&D like, you know what I mean? But I'm like, okay, well, if you're gonna come up with your own line of brew, you figure out what you want to call it, how it tastes different from the others. And I'll fucking whip up a cool label for it, like a quick sketch or AI or whatever the fuck it is. And
I'm thinking Rex Lager, but I'm not set in stone on that.
You got 5 months. You got 5 months figured out, dude. You can try all the different names, but the whole fucking point is, okay, once you tell me how this lager, what makes it unique, what sets it aside from others, I will figure out, okay, what does this do for your character-wise, for your, like, what is its temporary boost, you see? Is this give you more hit points? Does it lower your armor class? Does it...
it lowers your inhibitions.
Yeah, add charisma to you. Does it add whatever? Maybe even luck points. Well, shit, you get 2 extra luck points for the night. I don't fucking know. There's so many fucking things you can do now. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm just like, okay. So that's a perfect example of a drink that's going to benefit you, but you have to figure it out yourself. You got to tell me what the fuck you want. You see what I'm saying? Holy shit. Look who's here. What the fuck is she doing here? Good morning. Yeah, it's D&D drinking though, Danny. We've been talking about the next phase of the story, the next phase of Between Demons and Angels and Intervention, the next phase of the story coming in October. Yeah, I believe it's still 6 hours ahead. So what is it, 5:30 in the morning there? Right? I think it's 5:30.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I think it's 5:30 in the morning there. So either she's been up all night or she's up real early.
Right.
Yeah, Danny, we that's what I've been talking about. So I got Vulcan and Tashi on board, which is cool as shit, along with Eek. So yeah, the 4 of us come October, we'll be doing hopefully some cool shit.
Yep.
So that's what we're looking at, Tashi.
RPG,
so is this cool? Are you? It seems like you get it. Dude, you seem like you've fucking done this before. Pretty much.
I mean, not really, but I get what you're saying.
Okay, that's cool. As long as you understand. And again, don't ever be afraid to ask a question. You will not sound stupid because, dude, we have taught We taught cheerleaders how to play. We had cheerleaders in the fucking group. We had 18 and 19-year-old. Patty was a cheerleader, and Wendy was a sorority chick. She
could have been a cheerleader.
She could have been a cheerleader. Boy, she was dingy, typical blonde dingy.
Yeah.
You want to talk about clueless? I mean, like the fucking movie. When you have a 18-year-old cheerleader and you're trying to teach her how to play D&D from the scratch, like explain, okay, this is what it's about, and they get it. Believe me, I've heard it all. So it's like, if you don't get something, fucking ask. It's that simple. I have no problem explaining. Yeah. Good morning, Vulcan. Oh wait. Wait, what is she saying? As it happens, I have Sakura Blossom Gin. Oh, okay.
Gin's a fun buzz too.
Ooh, I don't do gin. I got sick on gin once.
You'll be laughing.
It's so it's so easy. A flaky woman can do it.
Even a woman.
You know. So, anyways, yeah, Vulcan. Yeah, that's cool because I think. Yeah, it's cool shit, man.
I don't know, man. Tashi kind of does look a little like that caveman. It's so easy a caveman could do it.
No, dude, I think he looks totally like Jim Morrison as a hippie. When Jim Morrison was in his hippie phase, he looks exactly like that. And I think it's perfect. Dude, I told you, because, I didn't know him for shit. Like, when he first backed the book, and I was like, hey, I want to make you on a wanted post. He did that whole thing. He backed the book, and I said, okay, well, your prize is
cool.
And so I was kind of talking to him like, hey, man, if it's cool with you, I'm just going to use your real name and your real picture.
It's a great name, man.
Not only do you look like you fit in my fucking world, but your fucking name is like a name I would name a character in my world. So but it's like, it's really him. And he was cool with it, thank God. Because, it's the internet. Some people are like, don't use my real name. And I'm like, perfect, so fucking Tashi, the fucking Alliance sniper, I mean, dude, that's bad as shit. I'm excited. Believe me, I'm excited just for your guys' characters, like Vulcan being the fucking kind of grizzled paladin like, and Tashi is a fucking basically a crossbowman sniper type guy who's Alliance. Dude, we've never had a player who's been in the Alliance before, the military.
Yeah,
this will be weird because I'll have to think of some extra shit. Like he'll have to have an extra ability or two, and he'll definitely have knowledge base, and that'll be a bonus. So that when certain things happen in the game, if you go to a different area or especially a town, Tashi will probably know shit that like you won't because he's military.
Right.
He's got inside info. He knows how shit works. He's heard stories. He knows about possible conflicts that the rest of us don't know about. It could be really fucking fun working with him.
Yeah.
So Tashi, I think this will hopefully it'll be a lot different than the last D&D experience you had.
I would hope
that sounded pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Well, you said, hang on, let me catch up on that. You told, yeah, totally. But Jimbo died in the tub. Such a yeah, Jin is. Oh, okay.
Well, they say he died in the tub.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, the juniper. Yeah, that's true. Well, okay. So give us an example of this old group. You said you were going to tell us about sometime. What was this old shit like?
Well, so it was this dude. He had never run a D&D campaign before. We had never met this guy before. He was like a few of the guys from
that's two right there, man.
A few of the guys from my infantry company or my battalion got up with some guys who were like some non-combat roles on the other side of the base.
Right.
I don't know who knew who, and how we ended up with these people.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy. My first problem with him was when we were making our characters, he was like not letting me come up with the background I wanted. Like he'd have me roll for like how many siblings I have.
I hate that.
And then he came into like, okay, so you have two older siblings and you have a younger sibling. And even that pissed me off because I'm the oldest. I don't want to have older siblings.
I hear you. Yeah.
And then he had me roll again and he's like, okay, two of your siblings are dead. There's like,
what was the point in all that?
So he did everything by the book. He was a dice by the book guy. And that's so bland. Fuck.
And then it's like, well, now you have to come up with your story. And it's like, well, I mean, at this point, I kind of have to go along with this. Like, my two siblings are dead, so I guess I'll say, okay, I want to go out and kill bad guys to get back the fact that my siblings died. And it's like, oh no, you have to say you're a doctor, and you're like, what? Yes, no shit. I think it was like saying like I was studying to be a doctor, but then I dropped out to like something dumb like that.
Dude,
and then
I would have been done right there.
Yeah,
I would have been like, I'm out of here.
It was my first time.
I have a wall to watch the paint dry on. I'll be right.
Yeah, it was my first time playing, so I didn't know if that's what D&D was supposed to be like.
No, fuck no. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, I've even played with bad groups that are like better than that shit.
Yeah.
And they were like cringe bad, like this is kind
of. If it was like that, nobody would play.
No. No, man.
That wasn't even the worst part though. It's just the entire time going through, this guy was just like just being constantly just being a prick whenever he could. Just like I don't know how much of it was him being a bad person and how much of it was him being incompetent.
It's it's a good test. It's like being a prison guard. Remember that? I don't know if you guys heard about it. There's some and I'm fuzzy on it, but there was some like test, some movie or some college professor had his college class. And this was like I think in the 60s or 70s or something. And it was like this test where half the class became prisoners and half the class became prison guards. And it was this long, I don't know if it went for months or a year, but it was this whole college thing where they studied, it was, they studied the psychological effect. And it became a fucking nightmare. Like these were college students and they were like friends with each other.
Yeah.
But after the course of just a couple of months, the people who were the guards were starting to abuse the shit out of the prisoners. And this is literally all make believe for college. Like this isn't real, but it started to become real to the point where like the whole project had to be shut down because the goddamn kids who were the prison guards were abusing the power and fucking up the kids who were prisoners. And the kids who were prisoners like, get us the fuck out of here. What is up with this experiment? They're going to fucking kill. It was bad, and that is a perfect example of test of power. You never know. And so when you give a fucking nerd or some retard the littlest bit of power, even, I'm in charge of the game. I'm in charge of your lives. It's a good test. And this is a motherfucker who clearly failed. You see?
Yeah.
Don't ever give a guy like that power. Imagine him as like your the head of your platoon or a general. Yeah, you'd all be fucking dead. You know what I mean? It's like no. And but that's the beauty of I think that's the beauty of role playing because it's a very social experience and it knows because we had some fucked up shit in the game that was my psychological test.
He had his own little experiment going on.
I'll tell you about sometime later on.
Yeah.
But it was
you know what? We're going to pull the plug on this at the end of it.
I got my answer. That was scary. It was kind of similar, but it was
weird.
Reality, the game started to become very real in a very bad way. And I was just like, oh, wow, I didn't think this was going to happen. It was really fucked up. Anyways, it's a good test. Something like role-playing is a test of
all about it.
Of character.
She knows what it is. The Milgram experiment,
The Wave. Oh, does she know about it? The Wave? I think is that what it's called?
Yeah.
This was a novel and a movie too, and also Well, is that it? Milgram? Maybe. I
think that's right. I've heard of it too. That sounds.
You know
right.
what I'm talking about? It was like
I have heard.
Yeah, I studied it in a psychology class when I was in high school.
Okay. I didn't know about it until the internet, and so I don't know all the technical shit. But I knew it had something to do with the prisoners and the prison guards, and they were college students, and it was this experiment, and it went forever, and it took too, and it turned into a fucking nightmare. And I'm like, that's classic example of you don't know how people are going to handle power until you give them power, and then unfortunately, the ones you would never think abuse it end up being like the fucking worst in the.
I saw that all the time in real life when I was in the Army.
I bet you did, and again. You know that also. So you saw it in the role playing. You saw it in the fucking military. We all know it, and it's just like it's crazy. And so that's why even though something as simple as and childish as you're playing D&D. Oh, how cute, how gay, how young. I'm like, you guys don't know what's under. Like, you're just seeing the fucking icing. You need to look deep into this. This is a very social, psychological fucking experiment that you do. It's interesting to see when you're laying there bleeding out in a battle, who's the one that grabs and bandages you real quick to prevent you from dying? You know what I mean? Who's the one who says, okay, I'll distract, you guys get at it? There's all sorts of cool shit. Who's the one who says, fuck this, I'm stealing from them while they're sleeping, I'm on guard? Right. Passes me a note, And this way, actually, I have to be texting. So obviously, you guys have my number. So if you have to do any secret shit, you just have to text me. So I have to keep my phone and be like, oh, okay, I got you, Tashi. You're ripping off PK's fucking groupie. Gotcha. You know what I mean? It's just like, we'll just do it with text. Because Tashi, in the old days, literally, they would write little notes and they would like pass it to the GM screen. Yeah. And the other players are like, oh, God, what is he doing? And they're like, okay, I wake up and I check my stuff. I'm like, no, yours. You remember that shit? It's like, oh, man, it was fucked up. But we can't do that now. There's no passing notes now. But we just
at one point, too, you were DMing 2 separate groups.
Yeah.
So one group would be at the table and the other group would be in there watching a movie or something until it was time to switch them out. That's how far it got, to where there were 2 totally separate groups of about 5 or 6 people each.
Yeah. I would say, Tashi, just to give you an idea of the experience I have, I would say, I know the most I DM'd at one time was 12 people, but that sucked. It takes forever. With our group, what was it, like 6, 7, 8 average?
It was close to 12. It was like 10, I think.
Was it?
Dude, when you figure everybody up.
I'm trying to picture me sitting there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's a big table.
I thought it was like 8. 8 people?
I think that's about how many people we had.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so let's just say 8 people. And we had marathon weekends. That's how addicted these crackheads were. You're welcome. I'm like, come on, guys. Because we would, was it Friday nights, right? Would we start? Like, the house, probably. Like we had the weekend. We would start like Friday night, 8 o'clock or whatever. And of course you go to 3 in the fucking morning, right? 4, late.
Yeah.
Then everyone would sleep. Everyone crashed on the floor. Some of us go to bed, whoever's house was. Then we wake up and, whatever. Wake and bakes for some people, and other people were coffee, and other people were breakfast. And as the day went on, some would shower, some would not.
Yeah, when he says wake and bake, he doesn't mean like, biscuits, okay?
No. We had a lot of stoners. A lot of metalheads and stoners in our group.
Yeah.
And but we would start playing like that late afternoon Saturday. We didn't fuck around too much because it was that we were taking advantage of the time. You know what I mean? Oh, wow, she's going off here. The guy who dubbed a role in The Wave years ago.
That's funny.
Lives in my house.
Yeah. We still see them driving around here with them in their car by themselves wearing a mask.
Oh, people with the masks?
Yeah. Totally insane, man. Sounds so cozy.
While being alone in the staircase. Wake and bake. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not talking about biscuits and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of bread. Anyway, so we would continue probably 3, 4 in the fucking afternoon. I remember it's Saturday. It was sunny. It was fucking daylight. Right. And we start playing again. And Tashi, we go all fucking night until 3, 4 in the fucking morning on Sunday.
So much coffee and cigarettes.
Ashtrays oh God. And I'm obsessive compulsive clean freak, like big time. So guess who cleaned the whole fucking time? Me, because no one else gave a shit. They would get let the fucking ashtrays pile over.
Well,
we had candles. We had candle wax everywhere. Remember that? Everyone's fucking with the candles and making a mess. So we had incense burning. We had candles burning. We had fucking ashtrays.
I was a little more like you. I did not like a full ashtray. And Marco just didn't give a shit. He would just pile them up in there.
Dude, it would be like piled and they would still be put. I'm like, is it that hard to empty the fucking ashtray? You retards? Yes, up there.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Wiping off the table, all the ashes everywhere. You said I have to wipe it off with a fucking I was just like, oh, God. But anyways. That's good old days. You
might have to post up one of those pictures of us just to show the setup we had with the bar and the big table. It was really cool.
We'll have to do that. Maybe we'll do that during the whole
Yeah.
Later on when we're getting ready, I'll say, "Oh,
Yeah,
this was
it
the
went
old
on
days.
for a
Here's the
long time.
veterans.
There was, yeah.
Here's the veterans." But yeah. So we do, and then I think we would always do a little bit Sunday, or people started going home Sunday. But it would like kind of go into Sunday night. I mean, dude, it was like a marathon. Friday, fucking Saturday, Sunday. The whole fucking time was nothing but D&D. It was crazy, dude. And that wasn't like just one weekend. Several times we did that. We did that a lot. So yeah, I would say we were definitely hardcore players for 2, 3, 4 years, big time. But yeah, I was juggling anywhere from 12 players down to 6 and 8. So yeah, anyways, I would split the group in two.
Yeah.
So you would have these 4 in this part of town or this area, what they would do. And then after an hour, hour and a half, I'd say, okay, switch. So they would go watch a fucking movie or do whatever in the living room. And then these 4 would come out, and I GM them for an hour and a half. And they, are you back done? It's me. Okay, you know what I mean? And I would be like, can you guys try to come the fuck together? It's a lot easier when you're all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, you know, and I was just thinking this. You had 4 players living there, plus you. Okay, so that's 4 players.
Yeah.
Then you still got Shtick, Ozzy, Joe.
Yeah.
And who else? Mary. There's 4 more. That's 8. Casey would be 9. Missouri would make 10.
Okay, I guess we did have 10 people. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
How did I do it?
Why it was so bad, and you had to, I mean, doing 2 separate things until we all kind of came together there toward the end, and that's when he.
So all I can say is apparently that's my actual talent. My actual gift is DMing, because I was doing that at 19, 20 years old, with no internet, no nothing, and I'm dealing like with 10 fucking people at a time, and it was so good. This motherfucker 30 years later still kept everything and is about to play again. I think that's funny as shit. Yeah. No, that's all right. I was surprised you came by. Well, thanks for coming by, Danny. Because I didn't think you'd come by at all, so it was good to see you. Yeah. Yeah. She knows about D&D. Danny, no, I don't know if I don't know. But I don't know if she's played, but it wouldn't surprise me if she's played, because I know she's familiar with it, and I think she did a card game. I don't know, but she probably knows what the fuck we're talking about. So anyways, all right. Well, I guess I'm going to wrap this up because we're going on fucking almost midnight. Jesus Christ.
Sure is, isn't it?
45 minutes. So it's been 3 hours. Yeah. Well,
we're going to have some sort of alarm system to keep you at 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. But I mean,
I think you can do it.
Streamed in 3. When was it? Was like 3 weeks ago, I think, wasn't it? 3. Like, did I miss? Weeks. I think I missed 3 weekends, didn't I?
Yeah.
So 3. Yeah. This is worth it. It was a good makeup. We just accomplished a lot. Like I said, I was hoping I could get to Vulcan and Tashi tonight, but I wasn't sure. I was like, I'll see if they're around. So that's a huge accomplishment, if you ask me, from my end, because simply having you and Vulcan say, I'm in, it's cool, yep, these characters sounds cool, is a huge fucking green check. Because I was just talking about this 3 nights ago. I said, I hope they fuck these 2. I said, that'd be so cool if they did it. I said, all I need is one of them. But if both do it, it would be like perfect. You know what I mean? So I think this will be.
If Danny lived over here, she could play, but her time zone won't really work.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I knew she did. I just didn't know how extensively she knew about it. But she's one of us. She's one of us. You know, so it's a shame you ever stopped DMing, Kurt. It does. Well, I had this thing called. I had this thing called. I had to get a full-time job and make fucking money. To
see where that got you.
Yeah, and here I am playing fucking D&D again. No, I was telling this to my brother. I said, you know what's sick? I said the irony. It's like
I know.
I'm just like shaking my head, going, is like I'm doing this shit. I'm doing D&D from age 12 in grade, fucking practically. Well, technically grade school, because for me high school was 13 and up. So I started D&D in grade school. and I go through all high school and into college, and then after college, I moved west, and even there, we kind of fucking did it for a little bit, but it was just kind of always there. You know what I mean? But my goal was, I want to make movies in Hollywood. I want to be the next George Lucas, right? Because I was a fucking idiot. Because you're young, you think, oh, it's no big deal.
I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. I don't have to be a pedophile Jew. I can fucking. Yeah. So you follow that route, and I do. I was filming shit at Red Rock National Park in Vegas and Valley of Fire. In Vegas.
Remember that. Yeah.
Full costume. I got the photos. I mean, I was in full costume. I had hot chicks and skimpy costumes and armor. It was D&D shit, Tashi. I mean, I bought at flea market shit, fucking weekend shit in Vegas, swords and daggers and fucking, and like legitimate, like battle ready, because we were fucking sword fighting, training and practicing. And I had a couple chicks that we made custom armor for. It was fucking crazy. I'm like, holy shit, I'm actually doing it. We are filming a fucking D&D movie. This is cool as shit. Of course, the catch is you run out of fucking money because it's very fucking expensive. So I remember I spent $6,000 on that fucking movie, $6,000, and never even. I mean, dude, we didn't even get 20% finished. We had just like started.
Yeah.
And even then I was just like, how the fuck are we going to do a full length this way? And it falls apart because you run out of money. We spent $6,000 on this. And this was 25 years ago, $6,000. Now
you see why these movies run over budget, So
now today that'd be like $18,000. You know what I mean? The way inflation is and shit.
Yeah.
And but I was in Vegas. I had people. It was fucking cool. Dude, we were making armor. We were making leather. And I forget what the gauge steel was, but the one fucking my partner in the film was making plate armor in his garage at night, banging away, making armor for the fucking movie. Dude, it was so, it was fucking amazing. And I actually fortunately, I have a lot of photos of this stuff. So I can show you and I'm not full of shit. But it just sucked. It's all about the money. So eventually you say, okay, well, I guess I can't do this anymore. And then I said, well, I'll try novels. And so I started writing this big fucking novel. And again, I got 150 pages done of this novel. And then I realized after some research that it costs an average of $10,000 to publish a novel. And I said, well, gee, I don't have an extra $10,000 laying around. I think I'm done with novels. You know what I mean?
I had 6, but I left it back in the desert.
Yeah, I spent 6 in the fucking movie. So, and like I said, so now I'm, this was, now I'm 30s, in my early 30s and mid 30s. So you're like, okay, well, now what? You know what I mean? And the internet comes around and start doing Photoshop and all this shit. And so I'm like, okay. But anyways, it evolves to all this shit. And then it's like, oh, okay, I can tell my story through indie comics and crowdfunding. I think I'll do this for a while. And so I started doing that for a while. And I'm like, okay, well, this kind of is lame. It's okay. I mean, I'm not failing, but it doesn't feel like I'm succeeding. And it all comes back to what again? Fucking D&D we're looking at. The shit that I did in fucking grade school. So it's like, I've come this full fucking circle. And here I am back again thinking about D&D. I'm like, yeah, that's the fucking irony of life. But the difference is this time, think about it. Think about it, Eek. Look at how different it is now than when we played D&D. I mean, it's just night and day. It's ridiculous. The amount of technology and shit that we have now, dude, I would have fucking killed for back then. You know what I mean? But this is how it works. It's like things evolve, technology evolves, and suddenly you're like, wow, I'm doing the same shit I was doing 30 fucking years ago, but it could be a lot cooler now. So that's how we are, I guess.
Yeah, you used to have to like sit and draw all that stuff.
And I still have to. Yeah. I said, believe me, I'm going to be doing as much I'm going to be doing as much work with this as I am for the fucking books. The bonus, the good thing is, one, I'll have to produce work every 2 fucking weeks that you guys will see.
Yeah.
Instead of once a year. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I've got to do shit for the next session. Shit, they need this and this and this and map and this drawing and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So that's a cool thing. Also, you guys help. You see, it's not just me sitting alone at home day and night working on a fucking story that no one can know anything about for a year until it's not. It's like you are literally. We are like we're doing it live. We are making it up as we go every fucking weekend, and it's not just me. It's you.
Like the one time it's encouraged to make it up as you go.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and again, I'm just like, and this solves the problem of not knowing what to talk about on a live stream. Okay. So do you see what I'm saying? It's like, check everything down. Is like, check. Okay. Where's the bad side to this? I don't know. And again, I guess it's a technology. If we have no internet. Okay.
Right.
But if that's the case, why it would fuck up indie comic shit as well? Like, everything's on the internet, man. The fucking websites are on the internet, Twitter's on it, everything's on the fucking internet. So that's just across the board.
Yeah,
I'm still not seeing a downside to this. I mean, I am, and please, guys, let me know, because I to me, I'm like, if it's too good to be true, it's not true. But I'm not seeing any bad side to this, and so I'm like, please find a bad side, and then I'll be a little more believable. Like, okay,
can't wait to try it out.
But I'm not seeing a bad side to it.
Yeah,
I don't fucking know. But the last thing, and I know I'm talking. Sorry, guys. I have blah, 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 blah. Oh, we better stop now. And another half hour, I'm still like, and another thing. The last thing I'll say is the other fucking cool thing about this. I started talking about this about how the other groups are family friendly. I was saying, and we're not. Okay, so on YouTube there are other streamers doing this, live ropes. Okay, a lot of them suck. They have like no views, right? Then there's the big ones like this Critical Role, and there's a couple others I forget, but there's some that have a good following. Okay, Rumble has zero channels, anything of anyone doing D&D role play, and then. So that's a major bonus. So it's like, I'm going to seriously consider moving this over to Rumble because there's no competition over there. You know what I'm saying? The other bonus is, again, all of these other channels, every D&D is family friendly. There is no hardcore, like adult-oriented live role-playing anywhere. That's where we come in. See what I'm saying? Which is why I'm saying there is an audience for us, because we're old school D&D, first and second edition. We're not this gay fucking rainbow shit, third and fourth. We're sticking to the fucking hardcore old shit. 2, it's going to be
Frank Vulcan, no purple-haired paladin.
Yeah.
The DM I played with was hardcore 5th edition.
Right.
See, I don't even know. All I know is that as soon as I started seeing rainbows, I said that's enough for me. You know what I mean? We stick to fucking 1 and 2. This will be hardcore, as in there's drinking, drugs, profanity. There'll be violence. There'll be sex, possibly, but I'm not going to really get involved in that shit. That'll be tricky. Maybe just into that, or maybe you'll have like pictures of hot chicks scantily clad, but that's probably about the extent it's going to go. But the point is, it's not going to be PG or G rated. This is definitely going to be R rated, right? And so AI advised me, it said, well, YouTube will have an issue with that. It'll pull the plug, if it gets too graphic. If it has too many graphic illustrations or whatever, it may not work. And it said, but Rumble is fine with it. And so again, I'm like, okay, well, this is what we're going to try to do. We'll see how this goes here with us. Like I said, give it a couple months, see how it goes. If it seems like there's an interest in watching us, or if we get more people or whatever, if it seems to grow a little bit, even a little bit, and it starts to get darker, which it will, because it's me. I mean, come on. What are you expecting, guys? Rainbow and fucking unicorns.
I'm going to be all marshmallows and puffy clouds.
Forests and picnics. Come on, man. If it gets dark, then we move to Rumble. And then we can go really hardcore, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool. There's no threat. That's what the AI was suggesting. But again, this is a time thing. Like, well, let's see how we do on YouTube at first. And I'll try to keep it PG. I won't get too crazy with the graphic shit. But if it seems like it's doing well, then maybe we could try moving it to Rumble. because there would be no other channels like it, and we could get away with more graphic shit. So that's kind of the last note of another possibility of why this is like a cool thing, and there it's like that's not a strike against us. Again, it's all good, you know. Yeah. What's he saying? No purple. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
I mean, in the old days, Kurt had to, like, whenever we had a bunch of women at a brothel or something, he had pictures that he got from the bra ads.
It was Fredericks of Hollywood magazines.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
I have them. I will show you guys. Yeah. Fredericks, because my girlfriend and I, because you know, I'm a pervert, and so all my chicks have to get lingerie. That's just part of the deal. So we always had Fredericks of Hollywood or what's the other one? Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
Catalogs. And so, you know, for anniversary, she'd order fucking Black Teddy. Awesome.
Actually, that's back in the day when you had to go in and buy it. You know, I guess you could mail order it back then.
But we would. So, anyways, I'd have the little fucking magazines of Fredericks of Hollywood and Victoria's Secret, and I always preferred Fredericks of Hollywood because it was sluttier. It was just that.
Exactly.
Victoria's Secret's a little more racy, and you know, women nice and. Fredericks of Hollywood's good shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hot leather boots, kind of crap. That's what I love. So yeah, I was just looked through this. I'm like, well, I need a hot chick for this NPC character or whoever. So I'd find a fucking chick, you know, which didn't look too modern, you know, and I use her. That's what she looks like, guys. You know, I mean, dude, his wife in the game, the ex madam.
Yeah,
I'll show you her photo. I got it on her character, you know. Next time, well, when he's played, but yeah, I'll show you the picture of his wife, and it's a lingerie chick model, but she's pretty hot. You got me. Yeah. So nowadays, I'll just fucking use AI.
She's like the mayor's daughter too, so
yeah, she has a little bit of money in the background.
Yeah,
too. So she's one of those smart
political connections.
Smart, enterprising, politically connected fucking madams. That's hot as fuck because it's not just some ditzy slut who worked her way to the top. It's like, nah, you can tell she was smart about it and stuff. So
I guess we didn't burn her place down or anything, so she didn't get mad at us. If we burned it down, that might not have worked out.
Right. Yeah. Well, the point is you two are married with a kid, and that's really fucking all right. Well, at this, we'll wrap it up then. So anyway, so Tashi, thanks for hanging out all fucking night, dude. I hope you weren't bored. If you're ever bored, just leave. Just say I'm out of here. Seriously, I'm like, I hear you, bro. It's been like almost 3 fucking hours. Vulcan is clearly still around.
Yeah.
Hell, you're here. Dude, it's funny. I knew he was military. So he's 39. That's funny. But that's cool. I pictured him older, but that's younger than us. So
yeah.
But that's funny, Vulcan. Yeah, I guess he has that older soul. He's an old soul. At least on the internet, he seems like an older guy. But that's cool, man. So Vulcan is locked in to play a fucking paladin, dude. Tashi's locked in to play a fucking alliance sniper. That's cool shit. That's the best case scenario. See? Best case scenario. I was like, we have to have one guy. All we need is one. Either Tashi or Vulcan. And I hope the fuck they're cool with the kind of characters I suggest. They don't have to, but this is what I'm suggesting.
What you're suggesting is what I would have wanted to do anyway.
What's that?
What you're suggesting is what I would have wanted to do anyway.
Well, and that's awesome because, like I said, I wouldn't want to play a character that I didn't want to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I was like, I don't know. It's just, but that's cool. I'm glad you like it, and I'm glad Vulcan thinks of Paladin's cool because again, I know Vulcan is a religious guy, right? You're fucking religious, dude. It's that simple. I know. I see his tweets. I know what he tweets about. You know,
I'm the same religion as him.
You're really, really religious too. You can play that into the game big time. You know what I mean? Because obviously, in the story setting, there's that kind of thing going on. But it's like I didn't want to have like 2 crusaders because now you're getting a little too crusadery. You know what I mean? It's like. So Vulcan is like the crusading type paladin. That's cool, and that works well with your military like back. And now you'll see. Don't worry, I've thought.
It would have been pretty cool to have like a paladin and an anti-paladin playing.
That would work. That would work out real well.
Both of them sleeping with one eye open.
But no, so that's cool. But yeah, again, religion obviously is a part of this.
Get you one of these too. That helps.
Realm. What's that? What's that say?
Yeah.
Oh, is that players? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what version is that?
I
don't have that one.
Well, it was from back in the early 90s, so
okay.
I don't know.
Maybe just
probably edition 2, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, we have Tosh, we got all the books, we got the dice, we got all sorts of fucking shit here, dude. It's crazy. That we've kept all the stuff because it is literally like 30, 40-year-old shit. It's nuts. But no, it's cool. That's awesome. So Vulcan, Tashi, very cool. Eek, that's a cool fucking crew. Yeah. So. I think it'll be cool. So again, I guess and it was cool that Danny popped in and Rick was here the first part. Looks like we had some people. B-Dog popped in. Wookie was here. Wookie lasted longer than I thought. He usually nods off about an hour in.
Yeah.
But I think he made it to like 2 hours. So that was kind of cool.
This might be a 3rd edition book, actually.
Oh, it could be.
It looks like it says D&D 3rd on it here.
But you know what? I think the one that turned gay was 3.5 from what I recall. Yeah. There was a 3.5. So that 3rd edition may not be there. So that's like the right before it turned gay. You're probably talking.
Oh, even got a disc.
You have a what?
Got a disc.
A disc?
Yeah.
For your computer?
Yeah.
Really? So that can't be that old of a book if they got a fucking disc.
It's kind of a character generator. That's what that is.
Weird, dude.
What it says, character generator.
Well, yeah, and again, I'll probably fucking look at this Roll20 site and maybe you can help me with that. So I don't fucking know. If I can figure it out myself, I will. But it sounds like for our characters and the dice, it's we got that no problem with this Roll20 platform because you can see it on the screen while we're playing. But it's gonna take a little bit of like, okay, how does this work? Shit at first, but they say a lot of people do this, so I'm sure we can fucking do it. I'm sure between the 3, 4, 5 of us, we can put our heads together and figure it out. So, anyways, that's that. So, midnight. We'll call it a night. So Eek, thanks for hanging out. Tasha, again, brother, thanks for staying this long. You stayed a long time. And again, thank you for agreeing to fucking do this. This will be cool. And again, I'm looking at probably October, So again, it's fall. We're looking at the fall, so we got plenty of time. But before then, I may start working on stuff with us. You know what I mean? Because I can't help it. It's like I want to get into it. It sucks. Fucking, I'm like cussing at Eek and Vulcan.
You caught the bug again.
Fucking bastards. It's like everything was fine. I'm like working fine and everything's cool. And then you do this fucking D&D shit, and it's like the goddamn Ring. It just there's this pull to it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I have to focus on intervention and work on this. And it's just pulling me over. I'm like, an hour or two. I'm okay. I'll take a break. I'll work on for this an hour or two. And that becomes 4 hours. That becomes 8 hours. And then 2 fucking days. And I'm like, I haven't worked on intervention in 5 days.
Yeah.
I gotta finish this fucking book before I do this shit. And the whole time I'm like, fuck you, Eek, and fuck you, Vulcan. This is your fault.
That's why I kind of gave you a break that I hadn't talked to you in a few weeks,
Yeah.
We had a really good talk.
No, it's cool. Yeah, we had like I said, I was like, okay, I have to go this direction because there's not a single bad thing about it. I want to do it. It's more interactive. It will make a live stream. There's just all this good shit.
A lot of possibility.
I'm like, I've never seen Vulcan. I don't know what the fuck he looks like. And if he gets a fucking webcam and plays with us, that's cool as shit. Tasha's cool as shit. I'm like, the 4 of us are cool as shit, man. And if we get other people interested, like I said, bring in a person for a session who's, I don't know, a guide or a hot chick in a tavern who fucking rotates and fucks all of you. I'm kidding. But
or an anti-paladin.
There could be like guest appearances, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could have someone who plays for one session and then not. You know what I mean? It's open to all sorts of shit. So people who are interested in whether it's simply watching or maybe trying to play with us or whatever, it can happen. You know what I mean? It's not as limited as what I was doing with fucking making indie comics and crowdfunding. But yet I'm still making cool shit. I'm still telling the same goddamn story. In fact, I'll probably be able to tell it faster now. Now I'll be able to, I'll like, there'll be shit going on like crazy because it's going to be every other fucking weekend for 2 hours. You know what I mean?
You won't feel all bottled up keeping secrets for months at a time.
Yeah, I'll still be doing drawings.
In a couple weeks.
Yeah, and I can literally still have like a shop, which I have to think about because it's like, if people want the books, I have, you know, prints of all the books for like backstory. Like if some whoever audience members like, you know, you guys keep referring, I'll be like, fuck yeah, here's some shit you can, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I've told this to Wookie. You know, like for him, he likes the if any like drawings or whatever I do, if someone wants a printed copy or something, yeah, fuck, let me know, dude. I'll print it off and mail it to you. You know what I mean? If people like audience members I don't know want something, okay, well, you're gonna have to pay. You know what I mean? But it was like, you guys, it's free. I'll still be doing creative work. It's that simple, and you guys can actually still get fucking product mailed to you. I don't see a bad side to it. I seriously don't. So you guys let me know when you come across the bad side, just so I can know. But I am not finding anything bad so far to this. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. Well, again, Tasha, thanks again. Eek, thanks again.
Yeah.
Who do we got here?
Yeah, man.
One last, definitely an old soul. Yeah, I figured. Tasha, yep. All right, cool. Vulcan, yeah, again, thanks again, bro. And yeah, we'll plan on next weekend. No clue we're going to talk about, but you know, we'll at least hang out and do something. All right, gentlemen.
Copy that.
So with that note, I'm just going to end it. And I've got to get some more trailers for us because I don't have shit to play anymore. So I'm just going to end this here. So adios.
Through the outro.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good night. EK, Tashi. Thanks you, Vulcan, everyone. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.